My explosion of satisfaction.
All right.
Welcome back.
I'm setting up now. The baby's doing, well, the baby's got his people, and
I like how you call him the baby.
I mean, you are Dingo. I mean,
Yeah, but a dingo stole my baby.
he ate it. Dingo ate my baby.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not gonna eat him.
No. What was it? And that was the line. The line is the dingo stole my baby. Or dingo
Ate
took
it.
my baby.
Took, stole, ate.
Semantics, eh?
Semantics indeed. I can't find the remote, but that's not a big deal. I have a smart TV and everything is hooked up by voice and voice of the voiceless. Alexa, stop.
Rise and shine.
My
Wow.
explosion of
In Atlantic
satisfaction.
City.
Alexa, stop. She's being saucy today. The fuck? Rise inside, bitch.
Damn, son.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, Alexa. Alexi, what did I deserve?
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Fuck off.
Oh, I can't fuck off because I need to be fucked.
Alexa, stop.
All right, kids. Daddy is back.
Welcome
You have
back.
to rename her to Batman. And then you can just play Prince's song, Batman, stop.
Hey, does it automatically record backtrack clips?
No. No. You just press it and it records. It's a buffer. It's the same thing as what was I saying before? Replay buffer.
All right. Cool. All right, I'm all ready to go on my side.
I need 9 minutes. Don't go yet. I need like 9-ish minutes.
Oh, too late. I'm already live on one side.
Oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't say anything stupid.
So, randomly, I downloaded every single original Xbox game.
Explosion of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As one does.
Yeah. Apparently bot tricks. Wait a minute. I thought I removed bot tricks from my channel. Huh.
Oh.
Okay.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, you see me saying bot tricks has joined the channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not say that.
It's the bot doing that.
Yeah, I know. It should have its own icon, not using my icon.
Yeah, but sometimes it does that to, I think, in case you're busy. It's one of many bots, and mine does it as well.
But you use your own thing.
Yeah, it's because it's supposed to be emulating you. And you can also get it to talk on your behalf by having commands already in the session.
I feel more comfortable having its own avatar.
Well, what you should do is create another account and then get it to emulate that one.
That's true.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bless you.
My
So
explosion of
I
satisfaction.
downloaded every single Xbox game,
Oh God.
original,
Oh God.
and I'm slowly gonna unpack them, right?
Oh God.
As you do. Then I'm gonna put all the non-sports games onto my original Xbox.
Ooh, like Fever.
All the non-sports games, so Fever is not gonna be in there.
And I don't mean Johnny Fever. I mean the game Fever.
Sure.
In the morning, fever all through the night.
So yeah, if that's a Xbox game, it's gonna be on there. I have a 2 terabyte drive, so somehow these people figured out how to put 2 terabyte drives in original Xbox.
I love it. Because you know what it's shipped with?
Huh?
You know what it's shipped with?
An 8 gigabyte drive.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah, and guess what? Guess what they had to do? They had to put a bigger ribbon cable in there, then put a little adapter IDE to SATA.
Oh, it used Ribby.
Yeah, like the original Xboxes use ribbons.
Oh boy, that sucks.
I have the original drive somewhere around here, and then my modded console, because I have 2 original Xboxes. One with an executor, my executor chip, has 120 gigabyte drive. And the other one, the one that's soft modded, has a 2 terabyte drive.
My explosion of satisfaction.
However, the one that's soft modded, the DVD drive doesn't work anymore. And I don't know how I could go about replacing that, or if I even want to replace it. Because what you can do is you can FTP everything over to the Xbox.
Sounds like an absolute nightmare, but what?
Squishy.
What?
Squishy.
Hello?
So, yeah. But you know what it would... There's this new HDMI adapter for the original Xbox that I don't think you have to solder in. If that's the case, then I'm thinking about getting that and hooking that up to my capture card.
I love your plan.
But the problem is getting all those fucking ROMs on there. Or all those fucking games on there. Do I even want to get all those games on there, or should I just pick and choose? And just have them...
Pick and choose.
Yeah, and just have them
there's
all
only
on
one
an
game.
ass. Have them
There's
all
only
on
one
an ass.
game that matters.
What?
NFL Fever.
I probably have it.
My explosion of satisfaction.
Let's see.
I'm sure some people are like, what is with you with NFL Fever?
He likes football. Ball. Which what?
R through Z, no.
Pack 2. NFL Fever.
Yeah, NFL Fever.
Oh, I got NFL Fever 2002 to 2004. But here's the thing. Here's what I want. I want
Two-door garage.
no. I want the NBA Streets.
Ooh, those are good.
Now the question is, do I have those? Oh yeah, NBA Street V3. I don't know what the fuck. Okay. NBA Street Volume 2 and V3.
What do I call this? Do I call this DSP Dances on the Grave of Kotaku?
Well, since I Vega streaming and I'm just co-streaming, I just put a generic title.
Popeye's wingless chickens.
Well, he's definitely a wingless chicken.
Apparently, he doesn't know about buffalo wings.
I mean, you don't know a lot of things.
Yeah, buffaloes fly south for the winter.
Oh yeah, we do have to mention that he. What did he get his first stream? He got like 74.
My explosion of
And he.
satisfaction.
What did he get his second stream?
Is 42. It's $116 all up today.
Okay, so he did make his money back.
Kind of, but he...
Kinda. Yeah, but
I'm just
there's
gonna
no
call
profit.
it. I'm gonna call it. He has no idea what gaming journalism, because people like people
That's a
like
really long title. Kotaku who?
little. No, I'm not gonna put Kotaku in it. I'm just gonna call it that. DSP knows nothing about gaming journalism.
Journal what?
Yeah, journalism.
Yeah, but see, it's a short thing. Journal what? You want the title short. Makes it mobile phone friendly.
Oh no, just put journos. Because that's what he calls them.
He's okay. Or I would call them urinals, but
Well, then I
DSP
could've
knows
won a
nothing
business unit.
about gaming journos. And I'm just gonna put, actually, that's not bad.
Yeah, I know. That's why you keep me around.
No, the image that I put up actually
Oh, okay.
looks pretty alright.
I. So, how is SmackDown compared to Raw?
My explosion of satisfaction.
You mean the show?
Yeah.
Or the game?
No, the
I'm
show.
downloading it.
SmackDown's blue, Raw is red.
Well, okay, yeah, but like, is it worth watching?
Content wise.
Yes, because there's a branch. Back in the day, no. There used to be, you could skip SmackDown all day and all night.
But now,
No. It's the Roman Reigns channel, show. It's the Roman show.
okay, so just stick with Raw.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm adding it to the Plex, so regardless.
Here's the thing. Would you like to know something about SmackDown's moving to the USA Network in January?
When WWE is going to Netflix?
Yes.
What do you feel about the Supreme Court taking Apple to court over iPhone?
Oh, that's a DOJ.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Apparently, Alexa don't know that.
Yeah, Alexa does not know anything about the DOJ, apparently.
She,
Or about Apple being taken? Was it Alexa's siding with Apple? Oh, Alexa. My dear.
They want.
My explosion of satisfaction.
I guess other companies are like, Apple's too big. Help.
Yeah, they tried this crap with Microsoft, and what happened? Microsoft won, Netscape's gone, and Apple got pissed off because they were the leaders in exclusives in schools, and then Microsoft got to put their software into schools. And that was Microsoft's punishment. You've been a naughty boy, you have to put your software in schools now.
Ooh.
And Apple was like, wait, what? That's their punishment?
Shit, those
It's
deals
like
that they make with schools are worth a lot of money.
Of course. And Apple had it like sewn up for years until the Justice Department made Microsoft compulsory to put it into schools.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to either Microsoft or Apple just in schools, I think it would be better if Microsoft just keeps it, because it's like, if you're not making any video or audio content, you don't need an Apple computer inside of school.
Yeah, but see, the great thing about Apple computers, it made the teachers look intelligent, right? Because if anything went wrong, it would tell you exactly what was wrong, instead of the blue screen of death with a bunch of codes like, I don't know what the hell that means. Right, but if an Apple product play up, like say the printer's not printing, it would say, okay, the tray is not adjusted properly. You need to fix the tray up on tray 4. Like I said, it made the teachers look intelligent. You don't want the students to sort of say, you don't know what you're doing. So, like I said, and all that time, Apple had the monopoly of having computers in school until the DOJ decided, oh no, it has to be compulsory that Microsoft puts computers into schools, because that was their punishment. Mind you, it was Netscape that sued Microsoft for monopolizing the market with Windows 95, saying that their web browser couldn't work on it, and you had to use Explorer.
They probably thought they had to provide all the computers and everything for free.
I'm almost
and
ready.
everything.
Okie dokie.
I just need to go find a song real quick. Unless you have a song.
I don't have a song this week.
Alright, I'll go find one.
Is there any songs with lyrics, "Dancing on Your Grave" or anything like that? That you guys
I
could
was thinking using "Dancing in the Moonlight."
Little Sis has My Grandmother's Grave is a Rave.
I feel like a metal. I feel like tonight's probably like a metal song.
Have you seen how hot Little Sis Nora is? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or you could use "I Have a Llama in the Living Room."
DSP is the llama.
Yeah, but what was it? It's also singing about how our next door neighbor looks like Ron Jeremy.
What about "How Much a Woodchuck Could Chuck Wood"? You know, you can use that one.
I got it.
The burping song.
I got it.
There you go.
Like
That's DSP right there.
And I'm looking up to see if we can use it, and I'm pretty sure we can.
Well, isn't the point of the song to get copyright claimed?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, you want clout for you?
No, I got it.
No, I'm sorry, I've got the burping song stuck in my head now.
It's from 2020 WrestleMania.
Oh no.
And also, the burping song says the word OnlyFans in it.
Is it an exclusive song to the 2020
No.
WrestleMania?
No.
Because
Undertaker used it. It's a rock song.
because WWE Yeah.
No. Oh God, yeah. You see, you do anything WWE, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Hang on. All right, let me do this.
I use a secret squirrel video, and he only used like 2 seconds of WWE, and I had to like beg the Triple H, and they said, "Fuck you, no."
Yeah, get fucked, you piece of shit. Oh my god! Every time a SmackDown logo popped up on my stream, it copyright claimed it.
That's right.
Don't forget to share with the class
My explosion
I
of
will share with the
satisfaction.
class in just a second. I would.
so we can see what you see. Do you see what I see?
As soon as you share with the class, I'm gonna go live on the VCam.
Do you see what I see? Well, I've already, as you can tell, I'm already in yours because I did a wave.
Yes,
Not
you
Mexican.
did.
It was a Brazilian. You could tell because it was whack. Down
All
there.
right, I am live on the VCam.
Yeah.
I need to go to the VCam on my phone or boner.
Oh. My spidey sense is tingling. That can mean only one thing.
That means it's time. Down by the river. You guys ready?
Oops, I put let's good.
All right, I'll be right back, and then we're gonna send DSP down the river.
All right, guys, he has to go pee and stretch.
I do need a pee and stretch. I'm a grandpa, man. I mean, I have to go to the theater today. I gotta protect my girl.
Oh yeah, he has to go protect his girl. He has to go pee and
Yeah.
stretch.
She's a dumb bitch that always gets stolen by some lizard.
Down by the river.
My
Down by the
explosion
Dumb
of
river?
bitch that keeps.
satisfaction.
I don't know how many times she gets stolen. And I have to keep getting her back.
Whoops. Discord
Stupid.
recording. There we go.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
set this up all the way, so I don't have it like synced up to my scenes yet. You know, because I only had a couple minutes and
I didn't either.
look, he has the rich face. He has the RTU.
I hate Rich so much.
Like
not as
like
much
the
as
way
DSP,
like
though.
if you look at his Twitter profile, it looks just like that.
DSP. There you go. Ooh, he did Careless Whispers.
I think I know who this is. I've seen him before.
I was gonna use something more gayer, but I'm gonna use this. I love this cover. I think we used this before, but fuck it.
Yeah, I think you did use this before. Like,
Yeah, I'm almost certain I did. You know what? I don't. We're gonna use it again because you know why? I love this song. Deal with it. Love this song. So welcome.
Is this Careless Whispers?
Yeah.
at least they have a female dancing.
Okay. All right. I'm for it. I'm for this. Looks nice, G. Oh, we are sure about it.
Who has the longer hair, the person dancing or the singer?
See, DSP's never gonna dance again because he has gout.
That is true.
I know, Kotaku. I hope one day I could look that cool. Drive a Harley. Grow a wicked beard.
Beards are annoying.
Yes, they are! Look like AJ Styles.
You know what? I'm gonna keep shaving my beard just to piss off my girl.
Oh. There you go. All right. There you go. We're gonna be shaving beards until we have nothing left. It's just nubs. Just
Yeah.
nubs.
You're gonna get a Brazilian.
What's up, everyone? We have Dingo, well, the baby streaming, and and we have
We
me,
got-
of course.
We got me too. I got 2 streams going. All right. All right.
Hey, we're living in the future, homies. Don't tell anyone.
Living a dream.
Don't
Yeah.
tell anyone.
I got my stream in regular form and short form.
Alrighty.
So let's fucking go.
Yeah, now we can attack on both ends of the stick. Now it's like not like DSP. Let's get to dipshit.
Who has more gray hairs, me or DSP?
What up, Hood? What's up? What's up, Roxy? What's up, everyone?
What's up, Roxy?
I love
Roxy.
video games. This motherfucker only made it really
$116
Yeah.
for the whole day.
Your business is starting to. Well, you're already a failure, but your business is starting to look like it.
No
But
hat
you know what?
today, my love had gone away.
It's all good because he's a piece of shit.
He is a piece of dog shit. You're Garbo.
One from
Now.
here. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 22nd
Welcome to
of
the
March,
Daily Wrap.
2024.
Welcome
Also
to it.
known as Dragon's Dogma 2 launch day, a day when I'm
Dragon's Dogma 2 launch day, and I played it very poorly.
Dragon Dogma 2 Electric Boogaloo.
He bored the shit out of me playing doggies.
Yeah.
Except for he did have a moment where he tossed an NPC off the side of a cliff,
You know, I'm pretty sure everyone did that shit.
but he thought it was like the most ingenious thing in like he went back in time for a second, like, look, I got an NPC, toss.
Remember me when I did it in Red Dead? Remember?
Oh god. I was doing that shit in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Right.
finally breaking up this marathon of Baldur's Gate and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth with something different, a brand new
Phil?
release that you guys said you wanted to see.
Oh, you go.
Phil, if you wanted to break that shit up, you would have been done with the games by now. But instead, you
That's
took
what-
forever.
Exactly. I said this before and I'll say it again. And D-Dog, you worked in places. Do you ever get like 3 hours to work on something? No, you get more time. A lot of times you're on projects, it's not by the hours, by the salary, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's
It
not,
depends.
hey, right. We're gonna pay you this much. And I'm not saying you can work as little. They want you to work a certain amount of hours, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying that you're not married to it, but you know, it's like to him, it's like he sees this as like a bank. He's a bank. Like, I'm only open for 3 hours today, guys. Buy your plushies, get the fuck out. And it's like, you're not a plushie store, jackass. And then you're over here saying about, at the end, we'll get to that clip, like, everything's so neat and, and quality over quantity. You're not even Burger King. You're the crystals of the fucking world. This bitch.
He thinks he's loving it.
Opposed to the
isn't it?
other new releases that came out today, this was the one that you picked, and so I played it all day long.
Did we pick it though, Phil?
To give
Did
you all a
we?
I
recap, to start
One
today was
person
a
picked
fun
it.
level 1 podcast, which talked a little bit about Dragon's Dogma 2 and its reception, but also about a ton of gaming news. I mean, there was stories about Starfield and its botched ending, and how Bethesda now develops games in these giant, bloated places where no one can get anything done.
Oh,
There
I
was
have a
whole article
lot to
about
say about
Kotaku
this.
falling apart at the seams.
About
Sweet,
Baldur's
baby.
Gate.
No, about Starfield.
Starfield.
Oh, okay.
When we
When we get to that,
yeah, when we get
Okay.
to that.
okay.
There was an article about Larian Studios saying they're no longer going to make D&D content ever, among many other stories. So I hope if you're interested in my day off segment to find out what I
No.
did yesterday when I was
Nope.
not here streaming, but also a lot of game news covered.
Siege mode.
Check out the podcast from this morning. Okay. Now, basically, I played
No, I'm not
Dragon's
going.
Dogma 2 all day long, about 5.5 hours of gameplay today. Okay.
That's it?
Here's what I have to say. So far, the story is intriguing and gets better the further in you get.
No
It's very
shit.
basic, but it's getting more intriguing when you get to the capital city later on in the game. The gameplay elements are sound and interesting. Action-based RPG as opposed to so many more slower turn-based games I've been playing recently. This one being fully action-based is actually a breath of fresh air.
Is
Plays
it?
very similarly to what I remember from Dragon's Dogma.
You know what's funny? Would you like to know the funny part about this?
Huh.
Funny away, sir.
You know what else is an action RPG? But you know what the problem with that game is? Bikinis. Bikinis. That's the problem. Bikinis. So for him saying a breath of fresh air, it's like, Phil, you're already playing an action RPG. Called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you idiot.
Dogma 1, like I actually jumped right in and started playing it. And oh yeah, you jump, you climb, get to the weak point, stab it there a million times, you know, while your party is basically buffing and doing things. I was like, yeah, it's pretty much almost the same. When it comes to that, I'm not even sure exactly what they've improved or changed. The pawn system is unique and refreshing. You yourself are a character that will always level up, and you have one pawn that will always be your partner and level up along with you in the game.
Mhm.
But then you have two pawns that you summon at any time during any one of the town segments, or out in the world you can find these summoning spots. And basically, they're just static characters that don't change. And they are fun, and then you can change them up. Whenever you're leveling up, let's say you start at level 8 and all of a sudden you're level 10. Well, you probably don't want a level 7 or 8 person with you. So then you get rid of them. You go to another summon point. You summon some more pawns that are actually real characters other people created. And it's pretty neat in that regard because it always keeps it moving and rotating.
Do you
with
have
the
to
path.
be online for that?
And,
Probably.
you know, for the most part, the open world structure is interesting because you can wander around and do as much side content as you want. Like you could just beeline through story elements, or you can explore more. And
Oh
get lots of items.
no!
And that's really where some of the big
Oh,
of the game is, the amount of freedom it
no.
gives you. You know, today I had fought a
Oh
giant
no!
cyclops that I found in the open world before I had
DSP and
ever
side
even encountered one in
content.
the story. Later on,
Yeah,
hours later in the
DSP
story,
side
you actually run
content
into
is
one,
his main
and the game
content.
treats it like, oh, that's the first time, but I'd already beaten one.
Oh my god!
And that's really cool when you're in an area and you're walking around, you're exploring, you discover a rare new enemy or whatever, and then when you kill it, you get tons of experience points as a reward. Usually you level up and you get some good loot from it or whatever, or you find a nice optional area with some good loot there, or so a lot of money and stuff like that. It's really neat, and I like that about the game. But if you don't want that, you can treat it as a more streamlined experience and just go from point A to point B as it instructs you. So yeah, really neat. And today I got through many segments. I think I went to 3 different towns.
3 different towns.
We ended up at the end of the stream in the capital city. Got a little
You're really selling me on this, Phil. And when I mean selling me to get the fuck away from this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You're boring me. It sounds terrible. This sounds terrible. Why would I want to watch this? I don't want to watch this unless I have sleep apnea or insomnia. It feels like that would cure it. Fucking hell.
It won't.
confused there because the capital city is huge and there's all these quests you're given immediately and you're like, oh, go sneak around at night and do this one, and I can't find a way to do it. I'm completely stumped on how I'm supposed to do it. But I'm having a good time with the game so far. And the one, of course,
How do you
the
feel?
one criticism everyone has is the frame rate. The frame rate of the game is poor. On
He says like it's poor. Like, does it go to Walmart? Does Dragon's
I was gonna
Dogma?
say.
Phil,
Poor-
you should have known about the horrible frame rate. I don't know why you even talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you want to know the drill about all these poor, horrible frame rate games that come out
That they're poor.
and shop at Walmart
What?
is you know how they have analytics tools to see which part have the frame rate stuff, and it'll get patched out. The more the game's out there, the more systems it's on, it will get ironed out.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they do this shit on purple now. But
Yeah.
poor Dragon's Dogma shopping at Walmart, I feel bad for it now.
Yeah, it's one of the big Capcom fuck ups that kind of remind me of the olden days of Capcom.
Yeah, and it was like, did you guys bite off more than you can chew? Like, what's going on here? And it's you know, you buy a game on release day, this is what happens, right?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
You know,
2
Jedi.
words. Battlefront.
Yeah, that game's just fucked. I was gonna say Jedi Survivor,
Mhm.
where that
Yep,
game,
as well.
60 frames was pretty whatever.
Cyberpunk 2077.
That was another one, definitely. Cyberpunk was absolutely.
Battlefield 2044.
You know it.
What was
everything.
it? Should I keep
It's not
going on?
even just
You could, but I just feel like
I won't.
I feel like it's almost rare for a game to come out and be like, "Oh, this fucking works,"
Mhm.
and not be broken. But you know, it's people are like, in about what 3 months, there's going to be the article of saying Dragon's Dogma's fixed now.
Mhm.
It good now on everything.
one platform has it bad. No, the game does not run well on most platforms, and people are pretty frustrated about that.
I'm frustrated.
Outside of the frame rate, the graphics
The
are
white
great. Like the
is
detail
here.
and the
What's
effects
up,
of
dog?
spells
How's
and
it
things are
going?
really good. But man, that frame rate chugs. You know, it around 30.
White in the
Every once in a while, it'll go
hill.
above 30, but it's mostly 30.
Feel
And
free
then
to
when
check
you're in
out the
combat,
short
it sometimes
stream
can
as
go
well
up to like 20.
if you're on a
That's
mobile
not good.
device.
You know, something
Yes.
like this, it should be running better. It's not acceptable that Capcom couldn't get their RE engine to run better for this
That's
style
cool.
of game. But that's the
Re-engine.
only engine they're developing games on now. So I guess they kind of had to do the best of what they had, right?
You have no idea about game development for 15 years. Actually, you're just disrespectful of everything. Is there anything you're respectful to? You're just a disrespectful piece of shit.
Mhm.
Drink, you
can't-
fucking.
I can't think of anything, to be honest with you.
Like, he just goes like, oh, it's on the Wii engine. Like, yeah, Capcom has an engine. They're gonna use it. Maybe their engine. What was the example I was gonna use? The biggest example was what? EA and fuck, what's their engine called?
Frostbite.
Frostbite. Thank you.
Then Sony
And-
has their Decima engine. Epic has the Unreal engine.
Right.
What else? is
Yeah,
out
they
there?
used that.
Yeah.
Gorilla made the Decima engine, but yeah, a lot of games use the, and Nintendo has an engine. They made it.
A little engine that could.
Splatoon 3 uses it. Wonder uses it. I think something else uses it. I can't remember, but it's like Phil made. Like the re-engine is probably very good, but it seemed like they tried to. It's like they took it and tried to stretch it out.
And And another
you
thing,
go.
these guys, whoever made this game, probably most definitely worked on a different engine. This is their first time on the re-engine,
That too.
and
They
this is
probably-
this is like the first major open world action RPG on the re-engine. Like you could say Monster Hunter Rise, but I think that game's more on the smaller scale because that's more of a hub world type of deal than this
Mhm.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Then I believe
But yeah.
Monster Hunter World is on a different engine as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like he says he's like, oh, the game runs poorly, and then he takes a sip, going like, I hope it fails. It's like this dude wants the world to burn, and it only for him. He just wants the world to burn. Hi. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, Squishy.
There you go, guys. There's your exclusive squishy for the night. You can mark that off on your bingo cards, I
Squishy
guess.
calendar.
Yeah, the squishy calendar.
Yes.
So we had epic fights against groups of enemies,
No.
giant, kind of mini boss.
Still
enemies
not
that
selling me
almost
on this,
like
Phil.
Shadow of the Colossus and other RPGs to fight. Great world exploration. Learning all kinds of different, systems like the crafting system and everything. That will be the one other criticism that I will lay on the game. It, much like the Dark Souls series, it doesn't tell you how to do half the stuff. You just either need to figure it out yourself by chance.
Goons, hired goons. Yes, we are hired hoods.
All right. Here's the thing. Phil.
Hired good.
That is gaming. Figure it out on your own. Come on, Phil. It's not that hard.
You don't want to figure shit out.
I know,
You're brain dead.
and I'm pretty sure there's a section in the game where it has a tutorial, and he just didn't read it, or there is like a note section or a journal where you could just sit there and read what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it's all there, but he's not reading it.
Indeed.
Nope.
In some cases, or someone has to tell you, so I'm streaming and I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm supposed to get this thing. Oh, you can craft it in your inventory. How? Well, you just got to figure it out. It's there. There's a thing that says combine. You can just
God, he wants everything to be like a walkthrough. He is sweet baby. He wants everything to be, do this, do that, do this, do this. Oh, do that. Here's a tutorial. I actually hate that kind of shit.
Remember, he's the reason why God of War Ragnarok is the way it is. So
Thanks, Phil. Fuck you. Like that's why I have to tell you all this stuff because of this sack of shit. And he's like, I'm so prolific and great. No, actually, you suck.
mess around. Why didn't it have a tutorial for that?
Not everything needs a fucking tutorial.
Like climbing enemies and stuff. They don't explain it until you run
what
into
year is this?
the Cyclops in the story.
2024.
You can run into other bigger enemies way before that and have no clue what you're supposed to do.
In 2024, we
They
still
never
do
explain.
tutorials.
We do a lot of
maybe
tutorials.
5 times today. When there's
We do
elements that
nothing
just
but
did not really
tutorials.
explain, and I don't know if they just forgot or they just don't care.
So
But
I
it's
want to
like,
make a
Mojo.
point.
if you didn't play the first game, you're at a big disadvantage in this one.
Oh, so you go.
So back in our day, we're of that
Mhm.
age when we grew up on the NES, Super Nintendo.
Nothing had tutorials. There
Exactly.
wasn't even a prompt to tell you how to use a gun. You had to figure all that shit out yourself.
If you wanted to learn how to play the game, you open up that manual and you read it. Nothing's in the game.
Right, and now games have to show you like how to perfect parry and shit. You're like, well, you got to learn how to perfect parry, and then you have to do it like 4 times before the game lets you go. And it's like, a lot of games should just let you go. Like, you sure you want to skip this? Yes, I want to skip this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to skip this. Yes, I am very sure of it.
Still having tons of fun. After 5.5 hours, I had a great time. The audience was a mixed bag. What I mean by that is some people loved it. They were like, wow, this is very refreshing because unlike the other RPGs, it's a lot of action.
Wow, this is refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, Mentos?
So effervescent.
Wow, this is refreshing. You know what game is just like that? Oh, we can't refer to that game. That game's not refreshing because it has bikinis, right, Phil? Asexual idiot.
He's a married man,
Yeah, no, really. He's married to a blimp.
Like there's
Good year.
anytime you're in the open world, there's tons of action going on, and people like it.
Literally a good year blimp.
Some people are like, oh, it's just another RPG again, and we don't want another one.
Hey, Phil, if you wasn't such a dingus, you could be playing Princess Peach Showtime.
Yeah.
But you're an idiot. It's like,
He hates Nintendo.
well, either more drudging up video games that gives you, what, $111?
Mm-hmm.
Congrats.
He could go back to Street Fighter. He could
You
go
are-
back to Tekken.
He could go back to Street Fighter.
Go back to Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars, Heavenly Stars too. I'm just saying, Phil, you're an idiot.
Already have RPG Overload. Why are you playing this one? Which I explained. I'm only playing it for a day. We're gonna finish up the 2 that I'm playing, and then we're gonna come back to this after the fact. I'm not just playing this nonstop.
Nope.
Okay. So, and then you have people who like, I guess it didn't show up today because like the first stream had pretty good attendance. The late stream did not. So I guess people already after
People
one
don't have
stream
to
were
show
burnt
up
out.
to
You know
all
what?
your
I'm gonna be honest with
streams.
you. Very
Yeah.
similar to what happened with.
Yeah, people
You
don't
tell
even show
people
up
to watch the vlogs, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, they could watch the blogs. They have to. Also, to account is, do I like this person? No, I'm not watching it. Is it going to be boring? You burn people too much with your bullshit. And plus,
Next
everyone
week.
hates you.
All right, so next Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm. Easter.
Easter. So the rest of the world start changing from daylight savings on and off. Okay?
Yep.
Including Australia, except for New South Wales. We have to wait till April 7th.
That's right. That's right, Peter Cottontail. Hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hop hop, Easter's on its way. All right, we'll have an Easter sale.
Final Fantasy VII.
So
Rebirth.
people are going to be
People
missing
showed up
his streams because of the daylight savings adjustment. So
But you shouldn't miss his streams anyway. They're terrible.
First stream, they were engaged. After that, kind of died out. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
We had, I'm sure you were here for it, D-Dog, and I was here for it. We had a great Splatfest stream for everyone was there. We had play engagement. It didn't die out. This motherfucker doesn't want to engage with anyone. He just plays.
he can't be engaged. He's married.
That is
he
true.
doesn't want to engage. This motherfucker
Unless
is
moved to the
married.
state of Utah, where polygamy is a legal thing. But yeah,
And Pac-Man's happening because you can do the Pac-Man with the Pac-Man cereal. You can do the Pac-Man.
All these RPGs are just too much. I know it for a fact. Even though I really like this one, it's very different from the others.
If you like these games so much, why are you complaining about all the time of this shit? Hey, I love cereal. I fucking love cereal, guys. Fucking love cereal. Just can't get enough of it. But you know what? I've been eating Trix, man. Oh, I got to eat another variant bowl of Trix again. Fuck, I really love Trix though.
silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Fuck, I really love Trix, guys. I mean, you guys come to the stream to let me watch, eat Trix and Trix with the little circles on them, the old Trix with the shapes, and the new Trix, the berry carry bit, the Trix, all this shit. And then here he is being an idiot.
For a viewing audience, people don't want to come to this channel and just watch an RPG constantly. And that's all that's fucking coming out. Really, it's ridiculous.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Sounds like DSP's fault.
You're the provider, right? You buy these games, right? You buy these games for people to see what the game's about, right? Right? You make these executive decisions to what games you're going to play, right?
Right.
You bought Final Fantasy and played it for 17 hours or 15 hours of whatever the fuck you were going to do. You bought this game to shelve it for Baldur's Gate 3. Why not finish up Baldur's Gate 3 and then get to Dragon's Dogma? I know why.
Day one views.
Day
and
one
money.
views.
Yeah.
Right.
Views and money.
But your heart wasn't in Dragon's Dogma. Your heart's stuck in Bodarian's ass or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, in Baldur's Gate 3 because it gets you $100 down by the river. And then you're playing Like a Dragon, which are we coming up for 2 months in 3 days?
Hold on. 2 months and 3 days.
Because it was January 26th.
Yeah, we're coming up 2 months and 3 days of you.
Yeah.
It's like fucking hell.
How can you spend 2 months on a 60-hour RPG when it's your job to play video games?
Right. Your job is to get through a lot of games and then show a lot of games, you know? Like that's your job, and you're wasting it on countless other bullshit. What's up, Swedish Traveler? What's up, everyone?
Come on, dude. I was able to stream like a dragon. You had more time to stream that game than I did. I have a
Mhm.
full-time job, and I was able to stream that shit and beat it before you.
Fuck, I had a part-time job, but these motherfuckers, he just doesn't get it done. He doesn't get it done. He just doesn't get it done. You know, at this point, he just buys games. He's just a picky eater. He just does not devour this shit. You're too slow. You're too slow, and it's starting to piss me off.
It's pissing off a lot of people.
Right. I think people said it before, was if you ever, well, Parma said it, was if you ever see me play, well, I did play it, Sonic Frontiers, and then he plays Sonic Frontiers, it's night and day. It is, I'm a bat on fire, and he's over there trying to check out the scenery.
Yeah, I gotta play that game.
Yeah, if he skips the podcast and just get on with the gameplay, he will get things done more quickly. There's a saying.
Of course.
There's a saying, like just like Splatfest today, you get things done on stream. Like once your stream starts, you get business done.
Mhm.
Like if I'm playing Splatfest, it's 4 hours. We got to fill 4 hours with something. And he talks about it's like Phil's day off and shit and all this other stuff. And it's like, do you really have to sit here on camera to talk about that? Like, of course, we're doing that in Hoodlum hours right now, but we don't do as many as we used to. We used to do like one every day. Now we do one every month, maybe 2 when the needs happen. You know, it's like a bat signal. But it's like, bro, you do how many of these? Six a day. Don't play video games, and a lot of it's begging and recapping of things. I feel like this is how I feel, because maybe I don't watch his gameplay, and we talk about him a lot, is he talks nothing but it seems like all he does is talk about the games he's playing, and it feels like it's always nothing moves, even though it does move. It's like suspended animations, really weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Baldur's Gate 3, we did this thing. Okay, Like a Dragon, we did this thing. Baldur's Gate 3, we did this thing. Dragon's Dogma, Dragon's Dogma, we did this thing. And Like a Dragon, we did this thing. And then he likes using the word variety. He's like, and we're gonna go over here for variety. We're gonna go over here for variety. And it's like, you're not a variety pack of fucking potato chips. Get fucked.
The fucking tremendous amount of RPGs that are still coming out, as if these game developers have no fucking conscious thought about them.
You could play Princess Peach Showtime, Phil.
Yeah. Simple fix right there. Or just pick and choose what games to play and focus on the damn games. Like a sane person.
Or you could be playing MLB The Show, like a certain idiot, me. I like MLB The Show.
Game landscape has too many right now.
Wouldn't marry it, but I like it.
I like the game.
A steak and egg burrito.
That does sound good. Don't make me hungry now.
I make good steak and egg burritos though. They're small, but they're really good. I used to make them when I was in high school.
Just don't tell Duty.
Who?
I enjoyed it a
Detractor. Everyone hates him.
Yeah, everyone hates him.
lot. Support today was okay. It wasn't amazing. It
Babe, do you
wasn't
want me to
terrible. It was
make you
kind
a
of middle of
steak
the
and egg
road.
burrito?
All right, kind of. Here's
So I was gonna ask, do you? What do you think?
how it went. On a day when I played Baldur's Gate, I get a ton
Carl,
of
let's just say he went off on Kotaku, and we're gonna cover it soon.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, he's gonna go off on Kotaku like there's no one's business. Remember, this man never worked a day in his life in gaming journalism. Actually,
He doesn't.
imagine
But-
this dude. If this was your colleague, he would be strung up by his tie.
But he has a certificate.
You can shove
a
it up his
trophy.
ass. You can shove it. You can shove the certificate and the trophy up his ass. You probably enjoy it because a lot of things are probably up there.
Mm-hmm.
Support for Baldur's Gate, and I get almost no support for Like a Dragon at Night. Today, there was decent support on the first stream, not as much as when I played Baldur's Gate, but there was also decent support on the late stream.
Bro, you can't you can't measure Baldur's Gate to this game, but I get it. It's a day one. You thought you were gonna get more, and well, we all thought you were gonna get more.
Yeah.
And
No,
we're
I
gonna
knew he
keep thinking
wasn't.
that.
Nope.
He did not get more.
No.
So it
And
kinda
he
evened
wouldn't have
out
got the
for one
same
day
for Ryzen of the Rowan.
Indeed.
So.
Maybe he should have done that. Maybe he should have bought Rise of the Ronin in this game. But it's like, Phil, you can't pick and choose. If you're gonna do this, this is the other thing that pisses me off. He's like, here, go like, oh, no one gave me money for it. You can't pick and choose. You have to bang out these games, but you take too long. Got it.
You have to be entertaining.
That too. Princess Peach Showtime game explains already done before I even had it in anyone's hands. They had that game dusted and done.
Mm-hmm. All right. So for what's it called? Nerdcube's birthday, he did an 8-hour stream of Vegas Bus, a video game that was made for the PlayStation 1. It's got like 8-bit graphics. And he played that for 8 hours. And do you know how many viewership he had for it?
How many?
15,000.
Oh, that's a lot.
Now, why do you think that would be?
Because he's entertaining.
Ah! Give GMillion a star.
Indeed.
I better get a golden star.
It will be a golden star indeed.
It's a triple golden star with a reach around.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Even though it's a big new release, again, it's an RPG. I know it's going to happen. When I start actually playing other games of interest, the interest will come back. People will come back to watch.
No,
Nope.
not anymore. I'm here. I'm fucking here. And I will tell you, no, not this time. Any other time? Sure, not this time. There's Atlas the bookkeeper will hit you with a stack of books and keep you there. Fuck off. You have to go through so many enemies, and we're the enemies.
But it ain't going to happen when every game's an RPG. I know that. Okay?
You know, I'll say it. Every time he talks about these games, he sounds like a guy that he just doesn't want to finish his food. He's like, I have to eat my broccoli? Why is there so much broccoli?
Mhm.
No cheese? Why do I have to eat peas? Why is there so many RPGs? You bought the games. You
Mhm.
bought these. I didn't buy them. You did. You did.
There are other games you can play if you don't want to play them, you know.
Yeah, there's other games. There's other things to do.
Mhm.
No one said you had to play Dragon's Dogma. No one said you had to play Rise of the Ronin canon.
And no one said you had to beat these games. It's you.
Yeah, it's you. It's you that put you in this arbitrary thing of 3 hours a day with this podcast and all that stuff. And you'll never learn. You'll never learn. You'll never learn. Like, that's the thing. You're so stuck in this routine. You're so stuck in this shit that you get nothing done. You get nothing done. Like, man. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, all I was going to say was, dude, you have a community board. That's where your schedule is. But no, you persist to tell us the schedule every single freaking day.
Right.
It's like, why?
Not just once a day. In the morning, on the
Mhm.
daily wrap, on the community
Mhm.
post, on Shitter.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I missing anywhere else?
No.
Oh. He probably does it on Instagram, but we don't go there.
I don't even want to see his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. You have a schedule. Move on. But your schedule means nothing because you don't even stick to it half the times.
Right. You don't care.
Anyway, I had a good time with it today. Now it goes back on hiatus. Well, not really back on hiatus, but it goes on hiatus on the shelf.
He buys a game and then puts it on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
What a guy.
I should say. As of this week, the rest of this week, we're pushing to finish Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Once they're done, then we can go full force.
You're fired. Get out of my office.
And bring back that laptop you took.
You're fired. Like you're still not done with these games. For fuck's sake.
Into other games, and I'm kind of thinking it'll likely be some Dragon's Dogma alternated with something else, possibly Alone in the Dark, which seems like a horror game that would be right up my alley, and a lot of people are actually enjoying.
Does it seem like to me, D-Dog, that all he does is just hype it up to kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it lately.
He used to be a really good hype man about like, oh my god, I can't wait to play this game. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then it's just him looking constipated as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this is the guy that hyped everything for it to be disappointing.
Mm-hmm. But it's not his fault. He did nothing wrong. It's the developer's fault and the game's fault. And your fault.
Everything's your fault, Phil, but you don't know it yet.
Mhm. You know, he's hyping these games up, right? But it was when when the games come. Oh, you guys chose this.
I didn't show shit.
Yeah, he cannot blame himself for anything.
Yeah, no, it wasn't his fault. He did nothing wrong. You
And
guys wanted it.
I'm just saying. He's just really hypocritical.
But he never takes
maybe they'll
responsibility
alternate-
for anything.
No, never. Just blame game, blame everyone else, RPG overload and all that stuff. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I said this in a video and I'll say, he caused his own hell. This is your fault.
Yeah.
Like, remember when I finished Final Fantasy? Yeah, because I got it done in a week.
Mm-hmm. You raged, but you still got the thing done.
Got it done. A little behind schedule. This is my own personal schedule, not anyone else's. But
yeah,
you know, it's
Well
like,
done.
yeah, it's this is how it happens. But not DSP Gaming. I would never give you an assignment because it'll never be done. Ever. I mean, why give this man a game to go like, hey, DSP, I need this game done in a week?
I can't do it. We'll give you a laptop.
Not only he's gonna play other games and fuck around,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna wait until the embargo so he can lord it over people so he can get money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, we want an opportunity for you to show the game off before it's released, and this is what you do. Like, that's the thing about Fallout 4 was he never like had anything ready to go for the stream.
Mhm.
Like Game Explain, let's use Princess Peach Showtime because they beat it, 100% it, had a guide out, blah blah blah. They probably had Andre, who didn't play the game, go through the game live on stream, beat the game on stream, Phil, something you never will do. You know, get the game done. And you see what I mean? You're already losing. You're
but see,
already
he
losing.
can't beat the game on day release because what was it? There was no tutorials. There was no other videos he could sit there and watch and steal the ideas from.
And he has to spend time with his wife, so he can only play for 3 hours.
Yeah.
She's boring and she doesn't even like bikinis. She can go fuck off, Phil.
Those on the day, and then the night streams would be like Final Fantasy VII, and maybe co-op with my wife, and the playthrough of Beyond Beyond Two Souls.
Maybe.
In other words, nope.
So
Nope.
that could be some good variety there, and I think that might work. So
Or
yeah,
just focus
might
on beating
work.
the games we
enjoy
have.
Dragon's Dogma 2 today. Let me know. Like the videos on my channel if you enjoy them, and leave comments on.
Phil, Phil, everyone's giving you massive thumbs down.
Mhm.
Oh, did I you wasn't here, but I said this during Splatfest. You know how many thumbs down he got for Dragon's Dogma?
I don't have that plugin installed, so I don't know.
Well, you don't. It's on Twitter. 483
Really?
Mhm.
to 111 likes.
And that was on the stream, right?
That was on the day stream, yeah. I don't know what the night stream was, but everyone hates you, Phil.
Like, Phil, if
It's on them and
this is a sign, just get off the internet.
Mm-hmm.
let me know your thoughts about this game. And if you want to see it in the rotation and all of that,
You don't have
okay?
to get off the
I
internet.
had a
Just
great
go and
time
get a
with it
job.
personally. I
For
can't
this
wait to
ain't
get
paying.
Mm-hmm.
Squishy.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Squishy indeed.
back to it, and it sucks now we have to wait like a week, but we got to finish these lingering playthroughs, okay? Keep in mind, you can always support.
We've
the
gotta
playthrough,
finish
even though
them?
You weren't there for the stream.
No. You gotta play. This is your problem. This
Yeah,
is your
he
problem.
has to finish them. So shut the fuck up about co-op with your wife and finish these fucking games.
Right. You're the one that's not finishing these projects. You're the one that doesn't enjoy the middle of these projects. You like starting up projects, but once you get to the middle of them or the end of them, you just lose focus of it. You're not a problem solver. You're a problem. You give people problems. You are a problem.
He likes starting them because he likes the day one views and the day one money. But once they
Right.
started getting stagnant, he doesn't enjoy them as much.
He turns that smile to a frown.
Yeah.
Do a super thanks. on the video, you can leave
GMillion, he was falling asleep in Like a Dogma.
Yeah, well, not surprising.
Indeed. Fuck off, Phil.
Tip, the description's in the description of every video. It would be great to get some support for this playthrough, okay? Now,
Put it down.
tomorrow, Saturday, the 23rd, we are back to the normal schedule of Baldur's Gate 3 on the first stream
Ew.
and Like a Dragon on the late stream. The good
God. You mean where you get no money? Or anything really? Or no money?
No money.
No money.
No money.
Well, it looks like his thumbs down came back to earth. On the late stream, he got $42 of instant money, and he got $20 in super chats. 80 thumbs down, 60 thumbs up, 353. You are floundering, my brother. Well, actually, you're not your brother. I hate you, but that's not the point. You are floundering.
Yeah, and his ratio is bad. Like, he's getting ratioed hard.
Right.
When you get more thumbs down than thumbs up, that tells you something.
Yeah, when your thumbs down are literally 4 times higher than your thumbs up, that tells you something too. That means everyone hates you. That's what that means. Figure it out, Phil. Figure it the fuck out.
Good news is we are definitely pushing into the end game of both games. In Baldur's Gate, we are in the final optional mission before essentially you start heading up to the setup for the end game. So we're getting there. And then in Like a Dragon, we're about to finish chapter 12 and head into chapter 13, which is the next to last chapter. So as long as I stick to my guns and I play it Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think we may beat these games by the end of the week or be this close. So like one more streaming day and then we finish them. Okay. So let's see how that goes. And I thank you all for everyone who was here today, had a fun, engaging time with me. And I'm liking the game and I can't wait to get back to it when we get through everything else. So thank you so much for understanding that it has to go on the shelf until we finish up this other stuff. All right. But in the meantime, I wish you all a safe and fun night. I hope that you had a good time with me today. And if you're watching those videos.
No, I don't have a fun time with you. If I want to arrange your guts, that would be a fun time.
Yeah.
Like I would love to just sit you down and just speed bag your chest so I can just tell you things. Because how else are you gonna listen?
Just a good old fashioned
Enjoy them.
Yeah, yeah, you get strung up like a fucking steak, and we just start pounding.
See you tomorrow when we get into the end game.
Oh, you
push
won't see
for
me tomorrow.
both games. All right. Thanks a lot. RPG Overload will conclude soon. Have a good
No,
night.
actually, it won't conclude soon. If you ask me, RPG
It'll be a
Overlord,
never-ending story.
fuck yeah. If you ask me, it never stopped.
Mm-hmm.
It never fucking stopped.
He played a boss today, right? In
Yeah.
the early stream. And then he was playing that same boss again in the late stream. I was like, is he just doubling back now? Is this the Queen's Blood's cards all over again?
You know,
He really is.
yeah. And he had a segment in his show today about how he used to beat games really fast. Now he slowed down a little bit. And he was like, oh, life is like a pendulum.
Oh yeah, that stupid analogy. With
He's
his
a
limp wrist.
pendulum. He's a pendulum. He's a motherfucking pendulum. All right, let's get to this DSP news. And we are certified journalists here, gaming journalists.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take a class or anything. You can just cry to see to Sweet Baby.
No. I'm certified. I used to have a paperboy route. It's cool.
Ah, yes. D-Dog certified us.
Mm-hmm.
I have a website called Tech and Games, so I'm totally certified to tell you about all the dumb shit that he's about to say. I am
I
I'm
have
a veteran
YouTube channel, so
Yes.
I know
Right.
everything.
GMillion read a newspaper once.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
We're all
and
certified.
if anyone else talks about this, they normally glom over it or doesn't give a fuck. We give a fuck.
Mhm.
So
We care a lot.
So let's get right to this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're jealous of you and what you make. They're upset that people may have expectations that moving forward,
What?
all our
What?
You chose a weird time to start this.
No. I want you to know that I started at exactly where it says DSPN News,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it started. This is what DSPN News started. The thing started off as. I shit
Okay.
you not. What the fuck?
God
AGs
damn.
would have to live up to what you just made, and now you're deciding you just don't want to make the game. No DLC, no sequel, nothing.
No DLC,
Holy
no
shit.
sequel, no
Now, some
nothing.
people are surmising what this means is that they may go back to say Divinity, which was the game they made before.
I
this
have a
Divinity
question
Original
for
Sin
you
2.
guys.
To be honest,
Yeah.
Is
if that's the case, I
Divinity
hope that it keeps the
Dungeons and Dragons as well?
Oh, he's an idiot.
Not really. I haven't
Oh.
played Divinity 2. It is turn-based, but that's about it.
He's an idiot.
Okay.
So he cut out a part talking about the Larian thing because when you get to DSPN News,
Mm-hmm.
it's literally that segment. He's an idiot.
So he
Yeah.
probably forgot to put on the label.
Yeah. Because
Right.
he actually started the Larian thing prior to that. It was actually in the intro. Because he had a short intro today.
Right. And
So it's all
so
over the place. Yeah.
you jump to this and you're like, what?
Mhm.
He's talking about Dungeons and Dragons wants to be sold off. Hasbro wants to sell it off. Is that what it is?
No.
Okay.
So the basis of the story is Lyrians are saying that they're not going to do another Baldur's Gate ever again. They're not doing DLC.
I wouldn't
Baldur's
say
Gate 3
ever
was
again.
it.
You never
They-
know.
no, well, that's what they said, right? That
Right.
they're done. They're going to concentrate on something else. And DSP's like, why? Well, this is your bread and butter. Other streamers are jealous of you and all the rest of it. You should keep doing this. No, maybe they don't want to keep doing it. Unlike DSP, they won't keep making a broken record and keep flogging the same dead horse, aka his wife, over and over and over again.
Here's the thing. This is what
Mm-hmm.
DSP is not understanding. They don't own the rights to D&D. They have to pay a
Right.
licensing fee You know how much money Larian made off Baldur's Gate 3? And you know how much money that they had to pay Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro for that?
Mhm.
I don't
They didn't
even
even
know,
want-
but it's probably a shitload of money.
And they probably did.
What was it? No, go ahead.
And also, and to get that license and to make this game, like this game was made on a shoestring budget too, or whatever shoestring budget that it was. Like they honestly didn't want to give it up. But the
Mhm.
game's a success. The game, you know, everyone's got a copy. Everyone's got 4 copies. But it's just like D&D is more popular than it ever been thanks to this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking
Now-
of copies, I'm getting my Xbox copy in April or May, and it's going to be on 4 discs instead of 3.
Oh yes.
Now,
And
remember last year Christmas? Not Christmas gone, but the Christmas before that. And hi, Charlotte,
Mhm.
I saw you. Right. So remember Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, right? Decided to charge for every sheet that you created in D&D, because I remember that because that whole thing happened before the Dungeons and Dragons Thieves movie came out, to the point where that's where my cousin lost her job because Hasbro decided, no, we don't need One Entertainment anymore. You're done. And think, hey,
that-
Anthony. Yeah,
and that happens a lot.
yeah, so to the point where there was a huge backlash on people saying, what was it? Why should we pay for a sheet? We've already bought the guide, so why are you charging us per sheet? Is you want us? You're literally, we create the stories, and now you want us to pay for that content?
Right.
You're charging us to make the stories, and like I said, it was a huge backlash about it, and to the point where it's like, oh no, we didn't do that. It was a miscommunication error and all the rest of it. So, as I could see with Larian, it's like they're probably still saying no. What was it? If you're an individual, yes, but if you're a company like yourself, you're still gonna have to pay. So it's like, yeah, okay, we did everything we need to do with Baldur's Gate. Let's move on to something else.
Indeed.
And
But
they want
DSP
to
doesn't understand that.
and they want to make their own project. They want to
Yeah.
stab at their own game, you know? It's like,
Mhm.
why do you want to consistently make a game like in that franchise? Don't you want to break out and do your own thing?
Exactly. You don't want to be known as the Baldur's Gate guys.
Yeah. Why do you think we have Destiny? Because the Halo guys said, yeah,
And
let's do Destiny instead of Halo.
and
blah, blah, blah.
also Larian has a lot of they're basically CD Projekt Red right now. Or remember they made The Witcher and
Mhm.
became the darlings? Their next
Mhm.
game's going to be huge, but we'll see if they learn from CD Projekt Red's mistakes and other companies too, like Bethesda. Remember, you're now Bethesda.
Yeah,
you're-
pretty
you're-
much.
What's your next move? I'm not gonna say it's gonna kill you, but your next move better be good. There's a track record here, and yes, you can succeed. I'm not here to say your next game's gonna fail, but the expectations are
Your next game's going to fail.
it's gonna be astronomically higher than because now you're gonna be under a microscope.
Yeah, when you set the bar that high, you're guaranteed to fail. It's
Right.
It's inevitable. So.
Right, someone's gonna nitpick the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Skyrim was too high, and Bethesda never. I don't want to say never lived up to it. That's not the point, but they never reached that high.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give you even a better example. No Man's Skies and Hello Games. Right? Remember what happened
Yeah.
when he set the bar too high and
Yeah.
massively failed when it didn't deliver? Right? But then they came around and they made it better and all the rest of it, and everybody forgave him. But then what did what's his name Murray did again? Oh, we've got a new game, and did the exact same thing all over again. It was like, dude, did you not learn from the last time?
No, it's like Peter Moore advertising a Fable game.
Oh,
It's
Peter
just-
Montague, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you know
Yep.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter Montague. What was it? The only reason why I know his name off by heart is if you ever watch Guru Larry, the guy cannot. What was it? Literally, Will Smith would be going there and slap him and say, "Could you get that Fables guy's name out of your freaking mouth?"
He promises too much.
Mm-hmm.
production values that they had in Baldur's Gate 3 because I played Divinity and I got about 60 hours in and I couldn't proceed. I was bored to tears and so was everybody else. At least with Baldur's Gate 3, it had enough production value to
pause
make
the
it
video.
feel.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone was bored of Divinity Original Sin 2, why does everyone keep saying to play the fucking game?
Right.
I love
right.
Divinity.
Bored to tears, he says in this, but you said it. You said exactly what I was thinking. So yes. And also, everyone gave you money. Not a single fucking stream you didn't make money on this. Not a fucking stream you didn't make your 150. So how are they bored to tears if you got your money? Were you bored to tears? Were you bored
Nope.
to tears? And
He
also,
is, but-
people paid you to play this game, and you dropped it. This is why you're here in Baldur's Gate, because you're a fucking asshole.
And we had to hold
But-
his hand because he couldn't play Divinity. That was the problem. All right. He only had to watch a few tutorials. I got Divinity. I sort of like played it. It was like, oh yeah, it's a little bit hard. I watched Spiffing Bridge tutorial and how you could do the potato glitch. And dude, the game was freaking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I have it on PC. If I really wanted to, I could just do cheat engine and just make it into dumb RPG.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Like, it
Or
just-
Divinity or into dumb RPG, but you're an idiot.
Like an awesome narrative experience with big cutscenes and everything when Divinity didn't have any of that, right?
Because they didn't have the budget
So-
for it.
Hopefully,
Yeah, it wasn't the same
whatever they do
game.
next ends up being good. But the thing is, people were completely godsmacked by this. They were like, what? We were so
Stop talking about what other people think, especially from a sack of shit that doesn't know shit.
Hang on. What was it? You hated the game before you played it. You were bagging on it like nobody's business. It's going to be like Divinity. I don't play Divinity. Everybody thinks they should stop making me play Divinity and all the rest of it. I'm never going to play this game. Until they literally bought it for you and offered to give you money for it. That's the only time that you played it. And it was the only one that was making you money. Oh, you couldn't have enough of Baldur's Gate. So shut the fuck up, Bill.
yeah, shut the fuck
Literally
up.
shut the. Yeah, just go back to your fucking playpen, baby. Yeah, people were enjoying that game. You wasn't enjoying it, and you thought I could just drop it, and play my next game, and it's gonna be okay. Guess what, Phil? This game is still lingering. And one day, just like the charm slots for you in Persona 3, you're going to go, guess what, guys? You love Baldur's Gate so much, I'm going back to Divinity Original Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Is that game on PS4?
It is.
Yeah, I think that's where you played it on, to be honest with
Didn't
you.
get a disc of it?
Probably. But it's probably behind the couch, like with
When did Divinity come out?
Hang on a sec. Okay, Google. When did Divinity Original Sin 2 come out?
Divinity Original Sin 2's initial release date is the 14th of September 2017.
No,
There you
it
go.
would have been digital.
All right. So Divinity Original Sin came out a lot later than I thought it was. All right. But still, not that long ago, if you think about it, Phil.
hoping that
Pre-pandemic.
because it did so well that you were going to make more because we loved seeing D&D come out this way. And now, I mean, D&D, man, they're fucked. First, they had a movie, right? What was it? Like Honor Among Thieves? The movie was absolutely outstanding, and apparently it tanked at the box office, and no one...
You know, Phil, not everything that's outstanding people go see.
And then another thing, Phil, guess what? Streaming
What?
services and places where you can rent the movie and buy the movie digitally keeps those movies alive. So not everything goes by the box office.
You damn right.
like I said, it was One Entertainment that did D&D movie. It has nothing to do with Larian. Why is he comparing the two? It's not the same company. They're not even the same ballpark.
It's
Exactly.
It's like he's a jackass.
Stupid.
One saw it. That movie is superb. If you didn't see the Honor Among Thieves movie, I strongly recommend it. It's got an excellent cast, a well-written plot, and it takes fantasy elements and makes them fun for a modern
It
audience.
makes it
I can't
fun.
believe so many people didn't see the movie. It's that good. And now
Yeah,
here they go.
because
Game
there
of the
was
Year,
free
the D&D game.
Dungeon
Oh,
and Dragon movies prior to that, and they were crap.
Yeah,
He's
like
really crap.
you can easily say
Yeah.
this was the best Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yes.
And my cousin worked on all 4 movies. Her company did. So
And apparently, according to Phil, Will Smith's son's in it.
mhm.
Sam,
Yes.
Phil.
Justin Smith, apparently, because all black people are alike.
Exactly.
By the way, the game developers dropping out and not making it anymore. So now it's like D&D is left holding their own back.
JC, you know you're not supposed to take his movie suggestions ever. His movie selections is literally charades with arms. Like, and you know what? Me and G, we watched it. We watched it together.
I watched it
Dude,
twice, one in the theaters and one with you.
We have the review. Well, you have to be a member, but we have the review.
Go to my channel, it's up there.
Yeah, go to GMillion's channel if you want to hear our opinions about Dungeons and Dragons Among Thieves. We watched it.
Oh, and if
That,
you
they
watched
have-
Phil's review about it, apparently Michelle Rodriguez hasn't done anything since prior to Dungeons and Dragons.
Wait a minute.
What?
She was in the Fast movies.
Yes, but as far as Phil's concerned, she hadn't done anything since
Oh.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah,
D-Dog,
you're right.
can you link GMillion's channel real quick in the chat room?
Sure.
Thank you.
Their IP, but who do you give it to next? Because you think anyone's going to live up to the expectations that now Larian has created for if they make a Baldur's
Well, no.
No.
What up, Squish? What are we still getting that burrito?
Yeah, you got to make one for the class.
Oh, I thought I was just gonna make it for my boyfriend.
That's
But
fine.
if D-Dog and Raven want one, then I'll make some more.
A lot of burritos. Yeah, fuck yeah, that sounds good.
I'll make
Can
the
you
burritos and the
use DoorDash to
creamy
deliver it to
steak
me in
and the
Australia?
Burritos.
You know it. DoorDash and deliveries in Australia.
Gate 4, they're kind of fucked. So that kind of sucks for anyone who likes D&D and for anyone who spent an insane amount of effort trying to learn the lore of Baldur's Gate 3. Well,
Phil, people that play that game really like the game. They don't need to learn the lore. It's not a fucking slog.
Yeah, and guess what? If they like something, they'll learn about it. They'll read up on it. Or I'm pretty sure the majority of the audience are D&D players.
The
Ooh,
way he makes
there's a
it-
PC game called Baldur's Gate 3. D&D. I love D&D. I play it every day with my friends. And they already know the rules.
Bro.
There we go. I sent both links. Hey,
Thank
you
you.
like them? They're apples.
Thanks, dog.
Are they crispy? You're welcome, sir.
Bro.
well, you probably just wasted your time because there ain't no Baldur's Gate 4 from Larian, which means the next one will probably suck, and you probably wasted your time learning all that shit. It's sad, man. Because hey,
What do you mean you wasted your time learning that? What?
Mm-hmm.
He never played Lord of the Rings online. Oh, for frack's sake, Phil.
And you know what? Another thing they can do? They can go out and buy a D&D set and play with their friends because they played Baldur's Gate. You know, it's like reading a manga than watching the anime.
Yep.
He makes it sound like, oh, Baldur's Gate. Like they're being forced, like it's some kind of elective for a class or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like, why should I learn algebra? You'll never use it in the real world. Yeah, right.
Indeed.
listen, I'm one of them. I'm almost 130 hours into my playthrough trying to finish it. I learned so much lore about D&D that I'll probably never use again ever in my whole lifetime. So wow.
Yes, you will.
Wow. What a just a piece of shit right
Yeah.
there. He's like,
Hang on. What was it? Pause that thing there. All right. So he'll never learn anything about it ever again in his lifetime. Like, what was it when Arison took all the stuff and then left and took all the good gear? So yeah, he's never going to learn that will never come up again in his real life situations. Oh, for frack's sake.
you don't give a fuck about this. When he goes like, "Oh, I never learned about Baldur's Gate," it's like, do you even know how to pretend that your audience wants to see you suffer through it? That's why they keep giving you $100. That's why you're playing games too slowly. But whatever, Baldur's Gate gets your money, so you don't care.
Wow, what a great investment of time that was, huh?
Oh, he's incredibly shitty.
Hold on one second. Okay, everybody, continue.
That
Hold on
what was
one
it?
second.
So that was when he banned somebody and used the pause button.
Yeah, and
I
he
just
also
love-
paused the video to blow his nose too.
I'm sorry, I
Mhm.
just love the hard edit there. Just the
Mhm.
hardest
Yeah,
of edit.
because you're not used to seeing it.
Just the hardest of edits. And then what do we come back to when we come back to the hardest of edits?
Hold on one
Dude.
second.
How come when I edited that thing for the music video, his head was in the exact same spot every freaking time? That was 9 edits. And he couldn't even get the one edit.
And then he says, "Hold on for 1 second." Well, we are
Mhm.
watching this on demand, so you can fuck himself.
I don't
And
know,
then we come back to silence.
Mhm.
We come back to silence.
Yeah, because see, he's
Okay,
used to
everybody,
going
continuing on with the news. Our next
exactly
story
that.
is pretty interesting. It's
Yeah,
about
here we go.
Destiny 2.
Oh
And
God.
for those who don't know, because you don't follow Destiny 2, well, I don't blame you because a lot of people don't anymore.
See, this is the thing that I hate so much about you is you lead the witness story and you're like, well, I hate Destiny 2. It's like,
Mhm.
well, guys, let me tell you about Destiny 2. I fucking hate it. I think
Mhm.
the game is full of dog shit and you should never play the game, and Bungie's a bunch of pampered, spoiled little rich kids that make video games.
And keep in mind, he only played vanilla Destiny 2, so he's basing his opinion off of that.
But also, he has no friends, so he can't really play Destiny 2 properly.
Yeah.
Also, I had to
Philip
look.
plays Destiny 2. He says it's his guilty pleasure.
Yeah, but but DSP hates it, so we all have to hate it. No, that's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to look up the story here because the way he butchers this, or maybe I should let him cook. The way he butchers this is so bad.
Yeah.
A lot of people have fallen off of this game. Still does have a pretty big community that follows it, though. All right, and
They're supposed to go off the cliff with them.
They were doing this presentation over the internet, on stage. They were on a stage presenting new content and stuff like that. And while they were doing this, I guess they were actually running Destiny 2, the client on PC, on stage. And so some people found out that you could troll them by sending them like Steam invites or something like that. Like, I guess they hadn't turned off the pop-ups for this. And they started sending them Steam invites with racist stuff, like the N-word and stuff like that. Okay? So literally, they're trying to do a professional presentation about their upcoming content in Destiny 2, and they've got N-word messages popping up behind them.
Because people are evil, Phil. Fuck.
Yeah. It's kind of like what they did with you on the Street Fighter 6 beta.
Yeah, and then you were like crying and stuff. So
And
here's
you had
the story.
black screen.
Here's a story from PC Gamer. Sorry, because we're gaming journalists here. We actually do the research, not like DSP here. Some people are gonna say from last week, you guys say that you're streamers. We're that too, but we're also gaming journalists. So keep that in mind. We're ranking up in the ranks. DSP's none of these shit. The hateful message was sent after a Steam ID was accidentally revealed during the first intro into the light showcase. In a wake of a depressing burst of toxic abuse aimed at one of its developers during Destiny 2's live stream, Bungie says it was issued permanent bans against several of the people involved and is taking steps to ensure it doesn't happen again. Yeah. The trouble began during a Destiny 2 Into the Light live stream where developers associate activity designer Noah Lee was demoing gameplay from the Onslaught Horde mode. Ooh, that sounds fun. Which is being added. See, you know what the problem with Destiny is? All this stuff is sounds good. Here's the problem: too expensive. There's too many expansion packs, and it's too expensive.
But you have to be committed. It's like,
Right.
I don't know, like say a WWE's champion mobile phone game. You know, you got to be fully invested in it.
Right. Which is out April 9th. Exposing the Steam menu very briefly, but long enough for viewers to see the profile name being used. It didn't take long for hateful, racist messages to start coming in the form of Steam friend requests and accounts whose name has been changed to abusive messages. Yeah. So I think this is a few of these. I got fired from hospice because my boss confused me with the person's shift I was covering. I fought him as hard as I could, but he wouldn't budge. Cut to 5 months later, my now ex-boss calls me. What did you do? So finally I figured it out. Took you long enough. You're done. What? I have no idea what it's a suspension link. Okay. Lots of suspension. It was so random. I thought it was part of the thing.
Yeah, no.
It was disappointing to see the notification, but we already know from a few awful individuals, now reflective of the community at large. Bungie wrote via its social media team accounts on Reddit following the incident. We were able to track down the accounts of several individuals who sent the harmful notifications, and we have banned them from Destiny 2. Well, yeah.
Until they make another account.
Well, I
And that
think
comes on the heels after Apex got hacked.
Oh man, don't go. I went down that rabbit hole with pirate software and all that stuff. How they're still trying to figure out. EA did issue a statement on that, and they said they are working on it and all that stuff from client side and levels and stuff. But the way it was hacked, and it was a very interesting hack. You couldn't tell if the computer was compromised or was it from the server. The way it was hacked, you just didn't know if it was affected or not.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably know more about this, Dee. This is your wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's very interesting. We'd love to go over that one day, but it's fascinating. Pirate Software has a 2-hour stream video that he put up that if you wanted to go through it, it's very good.
Oh,
well, basically, the spy software that they put on it to stop people from cheating and hacking.
Yes.
As a vulnerable thing, so that's how the hackers got in.
Oh,
that was it. They used the spy software that's supposed to stop cheating and hacking to hack the person's computer. To the point where the one player literally throws his hands in the air and go, "I'm not doing this. It's not me."
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
And they don't even realize that it's happening. Okay, so obviously this made headlines. People were like, Bungie doesn't know what the hell they're doing. I can't believe that they would have this on their stream or whatever. Thousands of people tuning in, and they've got racist stuff all over the stream. So in an unprecedented move, Bungie has permanently banned the players who sent them those harmful notifications.
He makes it sound like they're not supposed to ban them.
No, Sony is very forward about permanently banning people that fuck up their business. They're not afraid to throw people in jail that
I
are
don't think it
caught
was
cheating.
just Sony. I think it was just Bungie themselves are like, fuck, let's
Wait,
get
did I
them.
say Sony or Bungie?
It's both. They're owned by Sony. They're now owned by Sony. X-Love or Xbox. They.
Yeah, they're not afraid to fucking pull Nintendo on these fucking cheaters and shit like that.
Yeah, it was just them trying to show, people want to get their 10 minutes of glory by putting some racist bullshit on there. And then they're like, here you go, guys. And they probably thought they'd get away with it because that's what they always think. And then they're like, they get banned. We'll see if it's their primary accounts because you think whoever they can call from Steam going like, who's this person? Oh, this person did this? Okay, here they are. Fuck them, This person did this? Okay, here they are. Fuck them, And
I'm pretty sure they have a way to IP ban people.
Yeah, IP and what is it, like BIOS ban or something else?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can ban
the MAC address. Yeah, they get the MAC address so they can hard ban the console.
Yeah, you have to get a whole new computer and a whole new other thing to get,
Yep.
So they, as stupid and immature it is, how did those people not realize that their names were going to be on those messages?
I don't think they gave a fuck, Phil.
Yeah. Do you think they will use their real names?
No, of course not. I don't think they thought they were going to get caught, Phil, because people are mean. Like, does he want them to be called? Like, what do you want them to do? Like, be called horrible names and not be banned?
To email their driver's license so he can then dox them.
God. Also, this is just a story. Like, he made it sound like this was big news.
No, it's not big news.
Literally, the story is Bungie had a stream. A bunch of racist people came on. They did something stupid. The end. They banned them. Like it has a beginning, the middle, and the end. Case closed.
Yeah, but he needs to beef up his news stories.
Oh, he can beef it up.
Right? I mean, obviously their name was going to be attached to it. So they went and they banned a whole ton of people based off of the troll messages they sent during the live stream. And I just find it funny because in modern day, I mean, this trolling shit, obviously people just do it now to get away with it and do whatever they can. I mean, we got people running on stage at award shows that don't even belong there, right?
Because it's funny.
Happy that they are taking action because at the very least it sets...
They already took action. Already done.
An example and a precedent. If this happens and they just let it go...
It's a precedent?
Then basically people think, oh...
Phil, they already banned them!
Jesus Christ, Phil.
Sorry to be annoyed, but they already did this!
Yeah, but he's butthurt.
They literally put out a statement saying, we found them, we banned them.
And remember, guys, he just read a Twitter post. We don't know when the Twitter post came out, maybe before the story or after the story, but he only has 144 characters to read by.
Indeed.
Well, he doesn't even do that. He just reads the thumbnails.
He doesn't even read the clip. He doesn't even read the link. He doesn't even read the link of it. He just reads that and they're like, all right, I'm going to go on that. You don't even want to read the rest of it?
No.
Fuck off, Phil.
It's okay to just...
Yeah, he got the information he got to make it up.
Just keep doing it over and over. That's fine then. They don't want that message. They want people to know, no, this is serious. You shouldn't be fucking with this kind of stuff. This is a stream to thousands of people who are very interested in the game. And the fact that you're deciding to act like this is not, it's not right. It's not allowed. It's really messed up. So...
Not allowed.
I'm happy that they took action. I'm very happy that they've done something here to, at least show, hey, don't do this. You're going to get banned.
Their feelings will be hurt. They'll be punished.
God, I hate him so much. I mean, even when he talked about Larry and he's like, oh, I should have fought him or sit down. It's a video game, Phil. He wanted him to sit down so he can strip him naked and go like, all right, off you go.
Weird. Yeah, but it's like, he's still waiting for Twitch to apologize to him.
Twitch ain't going to apologize to him.
No.
Twitch already forgot about him.
It's kind of silly. They're supposed to be a top AAA game dev. And they weren't smart enough to know that people could message them and do that on their professional stream to thousands of people all over the world about
on their professional stream.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know about Bungie. I've been saying for years that they fell off. Halo was their best stuff. Destiny has not been good, and it just keeps getting worse. And I don't know.
Phil, you haven't played Destiny 2 since it launched. That is all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from what I understand, a lot of the people from back then already left the company. You know what I mean? Like, that the people who were left at Bungie is a shell of what they used to be. I'm not surprised to hear
Are
that.
they?
I mean, following along that same line, our next story regards Bethesda, okay?
Oh,
and this
here we
story is in regards to Starfield. Wait till you hear this one.
Starfield, nothing but
so just for the record,
Starfield.
this is from a Games Radar story that was published 2 days ago.
I wasn't reading
this
it
one
word for word
absolutely
now.
blew me away. Okay, are you ready for this one? Get ready for this one.
Are you ready
No,
for
we're not
this
ready
one?
for this one.
Get
No,
ready for this
I'm not
one.
ready. I'm not ready for this one.
This is also. Do you get all your information from PC Gamer, Phil?
Mm-hmm. Remember, he hates
Starfield
IGN.
lead says that the RPG's ending twist was a panic button idea to tie things together because the team was overbooked making everything else.
What? That's not what it
Huh?
reads here. Starfield lead's quest designer had absolutely no time and had to hit the panic button so the game would have a satisfying final quest. Yeah. And then he makes this face.
And you
It
gotta
became very.
keep
Oh,
in
you go.
mind, these article writers, these journals, are writing in this style negatively to get more clicks.
Of course.
Bingo.
Well, we've
So-
already covered this. It was Sweet Baby. End of story.
I mean,
Moving on.
right. It became very clear that we were missing the large final location that was going to tie the story together, says former lead quest designer Will Shen. Starfield may have over 1,000 planets, but the ending of the game's main quest, mild spoilers incoming, involves just a single one of Medusa's 3 first. There's a big space battle while orbiting the planet. Then you have to fight your way through dozens of enemies on the surface and undergo. Doesn't the game, after you beat it, open up and get better?
That's what I keep
don't know. Never
hearing by
played it.
multiple people.
Yeah.
So why the fuck does it matter what the ending is if you're going to keep playing it after it gets better?
And here's the thing. Bethesda stories and Bethesda main stories aren't that good. It's all about the side content with Bethesda games, right? With Skyrim, Fallout, and other Fallouts, like their side contents are pretty much more important than the main story. From what I hear.
Right. So the creation of this lengthy final quest was all very last minute, according to the former Starfield lead quest designer Will Chen, and only came together out of necessity and urgency. Well, that sounds terrible. At the Game Developer Conference in San Francisco, where Brock Purdy plays. Oh wait, what?
Oh, that's
How did
why
we end up
San
with Brock Purdy?
Francisco.
We always, because that's where you put, San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday, Shin and former Fallout 76 lead level designer Daryl Bringer gave a joint talk about the importance of collaboration when it comes to the level of quest design. The two developers worked together for nearly 15 years on Bethesda RPGs like Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76. Well, this is before they bought them. You really sucked ass. This is not even Microsoft's fault. This is a Bethesda fault.
Yeah,
Fallout.
honestly, Starfall is a Bethesda issue.
Yeah, yes. Starfield, but yeah, both have since left the company. Shen is now lead content designer for Something Wicked Games. What the hell is that? Is that a indie studio? Is that a big studio?
Yeah, I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
All right. Bringer is the world director of Soft Rain, both new studios created by the industry veterans. Well, we'll see where that goes. During the talk, Shenbringer discussed the design of a couple of memorable quests from Skyrim and Fallout 4, like House of Horrors, where the players investigate a haunted house in the last voyage of the USS Constitution, where the robots enlist the players to return to an 18th century naval frigate to the sea. Near the end of the talk, Shen spoke about the final quest of the Starfield, especially what was lacking. So this guy's just passionate about his position, about creating stories and all that stuff, but it does seems wrong at Bethesda if the ending was a little rushed or any of that stuff, or maybe the game took too long and their pipeline of making something wasn't flushed out. Not because the DSP knows zero about game development or game design. Normally you start off with a game in mind, like the mechanic. You start off with the mechanic, you make a game around everything else. Let's say I wanted to make a shooter. You make the shooter and then you make everything else around it.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably the story was last because they probably was working on building the big world and all that stuff. And also it's a Bethesda game. Who gives a fuck? And he's over here looking constipated as hell, going like, what? It's like, why are you're the one that said Starfield was gonna be more remembered than Baldur's Gate. Games take a while.
Yeah.
Games take a while, Phil.
How quickly he's able to, turn on that one is the
Indeed.
loyalty.
But let him butcher it. Let him like
Let him
whatever. Silence.
The clicking. Sorry, folks. That's me
Hold on a
playing.
second. So you're
Last
telling
Epoch.
me that the brand new IP from Bethesda that was supposed to be the new flagship title that everyone was going to care about and love, right? This is going to be the new
People do care about and love. You don't.
Mm-hmm. Because you have no
Elder
loyalty.
Scrolls. This is going to be the new Fallout, okay?
It's a good one of those, but there's a lot of games, Phil. It's not like Skyrim where it could just be the belle of the ball for like 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't write the fucking ending. They literally were making the game and just flying by the seat of their pants. And
That's not how game development works.
Probably left it open for a DLC.
Right.
Yeah, wasn't there
Making
supposed to be
additional
DLC coming out for the game?
Very soon. But yes.
didn't know how it was going to end. I mean, new Star Wars trilogy much?
Oh God, you go. Thank God we have a Sith Lord in our midst.
Yeah. What the hell is he going on about?
He's talking about
What do you
Star
mean?
Wars.
Yeah.
But-
What do you mean by Star Wars trilogy?
I
Because
think he's talking about the
he thinks that Star Wars trilogy sucks. Because people on Twitter says it sucks, and he's comparing the ending to
is
that.
he talking to? When I hear what Star Wars sucks, is he talking about the episode 1 to 3, or are you talking about the new one?
Yeah.
New one.
Is it 1 to 3, 4 to 5? I mean 4 to 6.
Now, if you
Or
go back
7 to
on
9.
the, if you go back on the video a little bit, he'll tell you new trilogy.
If you, in my mind, this is my mind. When I hear the Star Wars trilogy, I'm like 1 to 3.
Yeah.
This is before they were bought by Disney.
You know, what was it? Pick a lane, Phil. And what was it?
Now,
Yeah, so 7, 8, 9 sucked. So, but we have 1 through to 3 and 4 through to 6.
I mean,
So fuck you, Phil.
New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi are very strong
Yeah.
films. And some people go like, Return of the Jedi wasn't that great. I'm like, I'll fight you. That's my favorite one. I'll fight you.
But Look,
I
as
love
far as I'm
Return of the Jedi.
concerned, it's 1 through to 6. It's the life and end of Anakin Skywalker. It's as simple as that.
Right.
We'll just call it the Anakin arc or something.
Yeah,
The
that's what it is. It's the Anakin arc. 7, 8, 9. It's as far as I'm concerned, it's fan fiction. What was it? Don't even
Basically.
get me started on Solo. Right? What was it? I had a rant with Raven about that. With the
Yeah.
whole, what was it? How Han Solo got his name. It's like freaking hell.
Which is ridiculous. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Really? What? This is bullshit.
Rogue One was
What's your
pretty
name?
good.
Yeah, that Rogue One was good because it had a storyline to base it off. But Han Solo was just like, well, what was it? We know his name's Han Solo, and we know he did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. Let's build a whole entire story. It's like Madam Web. Hey, what was it? You know how Britney Spears made a song called Toxic? Let's build a movie around that.
Right.
How stupid can you be to have your flagship title that's supposed to bring your company back to prominence?
Also, this is at a game development conference that they were talking about game development stories and, to make their games better from other people of the industry.
Yeah, but what was it? Why is it their flagship to bring it back to prominence? They've got a thing called Fallout. Yeah, the last one was a piece of crap, right? But apparently they're going to be redeemed in the TV series. So fuck you, Phil.
Also, in all seriousness, Starfield sold very well, and it didn't get a lot of backlash. It did what it needed to do.
Yeah, and not a lot of bugs either.
Yeah.
Right. Not a lot of bugs. It seemed well polished. A lot of people do like that game a lot.
Mhm.
I'm not one of them, but there are people out there that like that game a lot.
Yeah. Wasn't my cup of tea, but hey, there was an audience for it.
Yeah.
After very well received games like Fallout 76 or Fallout 4, and the fact that you haven't had an Elder Scrolls in over a decade, right?
Fallout 4 was good.
Fallout 4 I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Not as much as 3, but I liked it.
I liked it a lot, but yeah, it's a high 7, lower 8, if you want to say like that. 4 stars around there. But it doesn't have to be knock your soft. It's a very pretty girl that you want to marry, but it's not like some of these games are like hot. Like I played like 4 days of Fallout 4, so I really love that game. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not have an ending? Don't even make the game until you have a complete story.
It's in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not have the best game development cycle.
It's Bethesda.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and Bethesda, like I said, does not have the best stories in games.
And also, when they make Starfield 2, the game's probably going to sell very well.
Exactly.
Well, the DLC
Right?
might even redeem it. So,
Like, this game wasn't offensive. It didn't die. It didn't, choke on his own vomit.
mm-hmm.
Like a lot of other games. It just came, went. That's fine.
Yeah.
Write the story, finish the story, then make the game. Don't fucking write the story as you're making the game.
I think Meerkat said it's like, this dude speaks in platitudes. He never gives suggestions or how to fix things or do anything. It's just, game broken. You guys made shitty story. Make better story.
Okay, so by Phil's logic, they should write the game, finish the game, right? So if he plays the game, he should finish the game. Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry. I think I got something caught in my throat. It was called bullshit.
It's definitely bullshit. He's bullshit.
Sorry about that, chat. If I blasted your ears, I humbly apologize.
It's okay. He's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And then fuck up the ending. Now, spoiler alert, because obviously an article like this has to cover the ending. So if you have not beat...
No.
What are you doing with your ear, Phil?
And also, he's just talking about his time with Starfield at GDC, and he makes it sound like he's like blasting it to everyone else. He's talking to his colleagues,
Mm-hmm.
to other game developers. Like, hey, the last mission was kind of rushed, and I feel like the last mission of a lot of games are kind of rushed. Remember Mass Effect 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, Mass Effect 2 had a great.
Oh no, Mass Effect 3.
I was about to reach through the screen and give you a good punch. All right.
Sorry, wrong game. Mass Effect 2 finished very nicely. Mass Effect 3 finished with a bunch of bullshit
Yeah.
to the point that to the point that BioWare had to do some update or something, and everyone hated it.
Yeah, they had to redo the ending, and it was a little better, but it wasn't what people wanted.
Right. Like pitchforks and torches for the end of Mass Effect 3, not 2, sorry.
Beaten Starfield or watch someone beat Starfield and you wish to be like surprised at it, I don't recommend that you listen to the rest of what I'm going to tell you.
Phil, the game's been out forever. Been out for like 6 months.
But the wonder you finished that one.
Yeah, it's like seriously.
But just listen to this, okay? Speaking at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco recently.
Speaking of the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, Brock Purdy.
As part of a larger talk reflecting on the challenges and lessons from Bethesda's latest lengthy dev cycle, Starfield lead quest designer Will Shen, who since left...
Slower, please. We need to hear
Are we at normal speed?
We are at normal speed.
Oh, okay.
He's mush mouthing through this.
Yeah, he drank.
Somebody once told him.
Bethesda said the ending was conceived out of necessity and
It's not a crook.
urgency
Of course,
after
Charlotte.
the entire game reached a playable state and the lead developers noticed that it was lacking something. We were finally at a state in the project where we could play through the whole game. And it became very clear that we were missing the large final location that was going to tie the story together and have a satisfying action-filled payoff, Shen said. I was both implementing the main quest and leading the quest design team, so I had absolutely no time. The entire quest design team was already overbooked. If you're wondering exactly how an operation as
Where the fuck does it say overbooked? I'm gonna look at this. Give me a second. There it is. We're both implementing the main quest and leading the quest design team, so I had absolutely no time to the entire quest design team was already overbooked. Part of the issue, Shen said, was the sheer size of the team working on Starfield's. So yeah, the game was huge with a lot of people. Yeah, when you have a scale of that size, yeah, it's a lot of people you have to go through, right? Development team was around 100. Skyrim's development team was around 100 people, which made collaboration between different departments easier. Yeah, that was a smaller. Probably that game was worked on for what, 6 years, a long time, with a very close knit group of people.
Don't forget COVID, so it slows everything down.
Right, which made collaboration. And those people are probably veterans and all that stuff. That team size grew about 150 for Fallout 4, then over, holy shit, 350 for Fallout 76, and they're getting worse. And 500 plus for Starfield. That's not Bethesda Game Studios, but outside developers like Machine Games, Nobody Studios, Arcane, snowed in. I'm not snowed in. It's getting warm outside. How dare you? And Forge Interactive. According to Shenbringer, the sheer number of people working on a game across different studios can cause problems. Yeah, you have to go to this department. It's more difficult than ever to know who does what and who's supposed to report to. So, like I listened to Pirate Software, that's a management issue. That's a management issue, guys. Like your management team should know what department's doing what and who's doing who, you know.
Yeah, that's an issue of a big team like that. Even smaller teams like 50 to 100 people have these issues. You just need good leadership to keep everyone in check. That's their job.
Right. And they needed to relay back to him, so they did a bad job relaying back to. So he had to go like, I guess I'll do this because you're on a tight deadline of September when this game launches or whatever it is, and they're working on big ass planets that have nothing in it, So the scope was too big for Starfield. Maybe they'll cut down the scope of Starfield 2 and not have 100 planets of nothing. Maybe they'll have like 80 planets of something,
Yeah,
or thousands of planets.
Or 50 planets or something instead of 100.
or thousands or whatever it is like, look how many plants there are. There's nothing there. You're right. Well, if you didn't like it, that's fine. But the way he makes it sound like he's like, well, these teams are bad and everyone's overbooked, and he's gonna say some dumb shit. We're
he
getting
is. He is.
We're certified.
Complex and sophisticated as Bethesda game studios could essentially forget to add a proper ending until the last minute. Well, according to Shen and former Fallout 76 lead level designer Daryl Bringer, who's also no longer at Bethesda, the sheer size of the 500-strong development team is partly to blame.
He skipped the part where the scale of Skyrim was 100, and then Fallout 4 was 150, and then Fallout 76 was 350. It's a scale issue and a management issue. It's a management.
Yeah, but why should you let truth get in the way of a good story?
Oh, damn right.
It's more difficult than ever to know who does what or who you're supposed to be reporting to, Bringer said, with Shen adding that a large, spread-out team can sometimes lead to a silo effect in which every department is scrambling for resources and saying no to collaboration requests. According to Shen, this had the inadvertent consequence of favoring the department over the game itself. Every request now has to go through all of these producers because we need to check all the contingent work, Shen says. Asking for something as simple as a chair just wasn't even so simple. Do you need animations for that chair? Do you need sound effects for it? How much does it cost? And will it add to the schedule? Can it not?
That's a management issue.
Yeah, this is all management right here.
Yeah.
They're crunching the numbers and like, okay, what is this going to cost us? How much do we need to pay the animation team, or do we even need to get the animation team? What about the I forgot the other shit, but yeah, this is all part of game development. Two, this is bad management.
Right. It doesn't matter if it's game development or you work in a fucking restaurant. It's still bad management. It's a management issue.
Fit because one of those teams just doesn't even have time to make it? Ultimately, Shen went to Starfield lead level designer Steve Cornett as a panic button.
Steve Cornett? The only Cornett I know is Jim.
And Cornett came up with the idea that players would hop dimensions and revisit locations instead of Bethesda designing whole new locations for the finale. It's an efficient use of the game's world.
Probably because the game was falling behind and they needed to get it out by Christmas of that year,
Yeah. They couldn't delay it, and Microsoft said, no, you need to get this shit out.
Right.
And a memorably offbeat spin on Bethesda's usual formula, even if it does arguably leave those few story threads hanging, but I guess that's dimension hopping.
I believe that Dragon's Dogma is 50 times better, but also that game and that engine underwhelms it. But like everything in gaming, Drax, just like everything, when a game comes out terrible in about, 2 months, 3 months, by July, by June, it's all going to be ironed out, and people are like, oh my god, Dragon's Dogma is so much better now. They'll get their analytics data, and from Xboxes and PlayStations and PCs, there'll be better NVIDIA drivers and AMD drivers and all that stuff. It's circle of life
for you.
By that time, Jeff Keighley's got his new E3 up and running. We've
So
forgotten all
essentially,
about
what is it saying? It's very simple.
It's a management issue.
All right? Bethesda has gotten too popular and grew too big and literally became a bloated monster.
What?
Why does he always like using the word bloated? Is that
Because he is
was
bloated.
that the word of the month calendar?
It's a bloated
Everything's
monster.
bloated.
He's a bloated monster.
And his wife too.
Tears of the Kingdom, bloated. What was it? This movie was bloated.
DSP's bloated.
Longer make games, which explains why their last 3 games sucked.
The last 3 games didn't suck, and you didn't play them. Fallout 76, they got that game around. It sucked when it came out, but he goes on like the first impressions, like if it sucked then, it sucks forever. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
this is old journal mentality. Like, okay, the review's out, it sucks, whatever.
Yeah, but
1
that's
out
the
of
thing.
5
That's
forever.
not journalist thing. You have to back up your claim. You can't just say, "Oh, it sucks." Why does it suck? Oh, well, it just sucked. And
Never does. He's like, oh, Bethesda's a big bloated monster, and it, like they scaled up too high.
I bet you if you revisit the game now, Starfield, it's a lot different than what it is when it launched.
yeah, but he
They-
loves Starfield. Remember,
Here's-
it's
but
only
he-
because he played Baldur's Gate.
You know what's crazy? Starfield just got a patch out. Like they've been putting FSR stuff in it. They've been updating FSR like aggressively, DLSS in it. Like they've been aggressively adding shaders and shit like that.
Did they add a mini map in the home worlds?
I don't know. They should have. They should. Maybe there's a hack mod or something. But they've been working on that game, man. They've been working on it with FSR and all that stuff. Who knows?
Right? Literally,
Right?
that's 100% exactly what they're saying here. Okay.
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 It's sad but true. Sometimes you grow too big for your own good. And many companies, this happens.
And sometimes you don't
Usually,
at all.
It's like a food company. Like I think
Oh,
of
God,
like
here we
food
go.
franchise like Starbucks
Oh God.
or Subway, where
Eat
they
fresh.
get so big, they overexpand, their business model becomes unmanageable, the quality goes down, and now the whole business tanks. And this has actually happened both with Starbucks and with Subway.
No, Starbucks people want. Subway, they did expand too much. It was like 3 on every block at one point, it seemed like. Here where I live, there was like 3 literally in walking distance from each other. It was nuts.
Yeah, and the problem with Subway, they just like being stingy on every little thing, and that's the issues with. That was the main issue with Subway. If you walk into a Subway right now and order olives on your sandwich, they would only give you 8 olives.
Right. Also, I don't need to go to Subway. I live very close to a very fantastic new sub shop. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they make great subs and sandwiches. So fuck you. And next to it's Wawa. So fuck you.
With Bethesda, they made so many good games. You know, they made 3 or 4 great Elder Scrolls games. Fallout 3 was a huge success. They even let another company make a spin-off in New Vegas. That was a huge success. And they let it get to
You know, success, Phil, just like anyone else, people want to keep making success things. They don't want to keep failing.
Well, yeah.
Unlike some people we know.
Like they made, like Skyrim, Fallout 3, and all those games. People really like those games, but the bar is high. They need to clear it. They have a bar that they set this is Bethesda's own bar, but the bar's high. We have expectations that are not manageable. Starfield's one of them. Fallout 76, like every game they make, and there's a lot of people that love Bethesda. I don't, but I don't hate them, but Bethesda let me down a lot. That's all I could say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the abusive relationship analogy.
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't let me down because they didn't try. They let me down because they just who they are.
Yeah, you know their games are gonna be rough around the edges type of deal.
Right.
Yeah.
But here like he forgot Doom. He forgot they rebooted Doom. They did that, They bought id Software, you idiot.
to their heads, and they just absolutely overexpanded. And because of that, you have 500 people working on a video game, and at every given moment, if you need something done, you've got to go through so many hoops. You've got to go.
Management issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Phil, you have 16,000 workers that want to tell you to go fuck yourself, but you don't listen to us. Management issue.
through so much
Yeah,
paperwork.
but see,
so
he
much
what was it? He
bullshit
fixed
just
up
to get something
the
basic.
helicopter company, and then they fired him.
Yeah. The problem with Starfield is that none of the content has any fulfillment. It's all just randomly generated stuff in the like in Skyrim they want to tell you to go kill a random yeah, that's fun. Or in Fallout you go like go do this thing. Or my favorite part of Fallout, believe it or not, is just wandering around. Go to what's how big the map is. Let's go over there. Let's go over here. Let's check out this weird town. Let's check out this other weird shit. Let's check out that. In Starfield, it's like, let's go to this planet. It has nothing. Well, well, that sucks. Go to this next planet. This has nothing. Well, this sucks. Like, there's nothing cool in anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if they did, like, I don't know, like 20 planets with cool shit, that would be one thing. But they have 1,000 planets with no shit.
Done, nothing gets done anymore, right? I mean, I tell you, yeah, they probably went into it, right? They probably totally went into it.
I'm sorry, this bar at the top is pissing me off. It's so jarring.
Thing. Yeah.
Are you talking about the tip goals and all that?
Yeah, it's at the top, and then you have DSP, and it just clashes so hard.
Yeah, there's no point of even having it if he's not going to even talk about tips and all that shit until the support section.
Yeah, but no, he's got to let the people know.
Also,
Finding it hard.
before people sit here, you don't need to say DSPN. It helps me. It helps me. So keep doing it because you're an idiot. You don't need to literally smack people over the head and go like, "This is the news segment."
Saying
But he always
things like,
forgets about it anyway.
Yeah, but Bethesda doesn't have anything to do with Doom being. That's true. That's its studios. That's true.
you know, this will be our biggest game ever. It's biggest scope, biggest this, biggest that. Don't worry, we're good enough that we'll figure it out on the fly. We'll let this game evolve as we make it.
You know, I'm sure you know about this story about GMillion, about BioWare, where people were crying and all that stuff and literally losing their fucking minds over what game? Not Anthem. There was another game. Was it Dragon Age Inquisition? Where they were like literally just hyperventilating.
There was 3 games that came out during the downfall. That was Inquisition, Anthem, and Andromeda.
Right, it was Andromeda, but Inquisition came out good.
Yes,
But
that was
they-
2014.
But there was I forget what was the term. Bethesda. It was not Bethesda. It was like BioWare magic or something. Like they would panic, and I mean panic. Like these motherfuckers were going into like. They would go into like offices and scream and just they were losing it. This team was losing it. That does not sound like a fun time at BioWare, I'll tell you that. You know, everyone's on edge, just hoping their game's good, you know? Couldn't imagine the pressure cooker you had to be on. Imagine you know, going back to your apartment building or whatever you do to work on this, and then you're like, honey, what huh. Gotta work on you know, and then you take a vacation after it's done, and then you know you go to the water park, you're like, oh, thank God that game's good, thank God everyone likes it. But the next two, Andromeda and
Anthem.
yeah, and Anthem did not have that same magic, and and morale in that studio went down. It happens. No one wants to make bad products, Phil. Like, you think BioWare wanted to make Anthem bad? No. That was all management going like, you should make it like this, and then it failed.
Right? That's not how you do a story. You just don't. When you have a story, you need to have a begiddle.
He was thinking about a McGriddle. All right, he wanted that McGriddle. Okay.
He was Mc hungry.
Yeah. He's like, I want this McGriddle right now. This sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
A begiddle. Jeez.
You need a begiddle. That's a good one. A beginning, a middle, and an end. And you need to then maybe work out some details. And then
Wow, really?
They need to work out some details, eh?
Wow. How'd you figure that out, kindergarten cop?
Mm-hmm.
while
You,
you're
you
working
know what's
on it.
funny? I'm pretty sure they had that on the storyboard, but they ran out of time,
Right.
so they had to work around it.
It's a
Yeah, well,
lot.
you know, apparently they spent most of their time getting a begiddle.
Also, how many games have like deep, riching storylines? I mean, there's a few out there, but you know, like Super Mario, go get the princess. Ninja Gaiden, go kill this thing. Helldivers, save the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Not every game needs to be deep, enriching storylines, Phil.
But you need to know the story. It's called an outline. I can't imagine anyone trying to do anything.
Do we have any outline of where he's going or anything you do?
No,
No.
he's gone off tangent. But didn't Tears of the Kingdom have a storyline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the princess is locked up somewhere. Go find her. And Link goes on a lot of side missions.
Yeah, but by his thing, it was like, oh no, it can't have a storyline. It's too bloated.
narrative without actually having an outline of their narrative.
Outline.
It's just crazy to me. And the fact that they're making how many millions of dollars into this game, right? The budget was huge.
Oh, millions of dollars.
Huge.
And they didn't have the story done.
Millions of dollars.
It just baffles me. They didn't know how they were going to end it. So it's just like,
They
oh
didn't
It
my
doesn't have to
God.
have an ending.
Once you have your story set,
Did
then you can work on everything.
Sopranos have an ending?
You know what happened? They had a story, Phil. He had a story. He had things that he wanted to do in a story. But he had to put it through management first and these people, the 500 people, to implement his ideas into it because it was a 500-man team. Kind of hard to get your story across when you have 500 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Bro.
Because apparently, even not Ghostbusters, but yeah, with Ghostbusters and
Sopranos
Beetlejuice
did.
didn't have an ending.
Sopranos did, and that's why it's cuts to black. Oh, because Tony died. Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Well, you know, it cut to
Else,
black,
you
and
could-
all of a sudden, because he was talking about something, and it.
You can expand or you can retract. You know,
Yeah, I
you
was doing a
can do what
Sopranos
you
thing
need to
there,
do
sorry.
to make it work in the constraints and the budget and the resources and the personnel and whatever you have, the talent pool.
Whatever you have.
You need the story, or else you end up with the new Star Wars trilogy, which is exactly what happened with.
What new Star Wars trilogy? One, or is he talking about the Raid trilogy? Which one are you talking about?
He's talking about the Ray trilogy, the one he
Yeah.
didn't see.
I'm so
Yeah.
confused by this. I'm like almost pissed.
Yeah, I thought 7 was pretty decent, but 8 and 8.
Seven's like
Uh,
whatever.
7 was fan fiction. That was all it was like.
Well, even
remember?
if it
There
was
was a whole
fan
lot of
fiction,
member berries.
Well, you know me. I'm like, it didn't offend me. Everything else did.
You know,
The next one
it was
did.
okay, but it wasn't. Thing. As far as I'm concerned, 7, 8, 9 is just fan fiction.
There's a lot of Star Wars out there.
You know, if it wasn't
Yeah.
for Mandalorian, we probably would have went, yeah, F you, Disney.
That is true, and Mandalorian is very good.
First installment was absolutely amazing, right?
No,
the
it
second
wasn't.
installment floundered, and it felt like it was the
What? Wait, the second installment? What first? What is he talking about? I'm so
He's
confused.
talking about what was it? The
Wait,
the rise of or return of the Last Jedi. That was it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just the way he said
no.
it was like the first one is amazing. And he's thinking about the. It's like what?
He's saying the Force Awakens was amazing. No, it wasn't. It was okay. Like I said, but it was full of member berries because that's what
I don't know. I'm still,
Jar Jar Abrams does.
if you ask me, 7 through 9 doesn't exist
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
whatever. whatever after Return of the Jedi, that doesn't exist. So in my mind, it's like when someone goes like, "Oh, the awful trilogy." Are you talking about 1 through 3? Well, 3 wasn't that bad, and Clone Wars wasn't that bad, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The end of the storyline. So why is there even a third movie? And then the third movie ends up being a bunch of bullshit because you don't need a trilogy anymore because you already ended your story in the second movie. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because it made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, that's what Disney makes it for. Right?
Bill-
But what was it? Like I said,
I don't even know why he's talking about it. He didn't go see the movies.
Right. It made a shit ton of money. There you go.
yeah, he has no basis on it.
Yeah, this is during the time where he became a shut-in and just streamed all day.
Right.
So keep that in mind, guys.
Indeed.
So, I mean, it's just awful. And how you didn't learn from stuff like that, you know? Like, as you're making this game, you see that happen. You see all...
Phil, because you're so stuck in your own head, never worked with a management team or worked with anyone, really. This is what happens. A 500 team dev team, they probably had to... Some people were in Korea, some people were in Japan, some people were probably in Redmond, some people were probably in California, some people were probably in New York, some people were probably in Maryland.
Yeah.
And
Then COVID happened.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it probably took a while for the dev team and, you know, all that stuff. And he's like, well, come they just couldn't make it better. Well, Phil, I don't know, 8-year-old. Tell me.
the critical panning of the end of the trilogy, and you're like, well, we can't do that. We have to do something better than that. And then they just fucking do it. It's like, it's unfucking believable. Like, holy shit, dude.
Holy
yikes.
shit, dude.
And it's not hard to believe if you have 500 people working on a game and literally, oh, well, we need a chair made. Well, we got to contact this department and wait 4 days for a response. Then they got to contact the animations team, the audio team, this and that. And we all got to work on this.
Indeed.
So 4 months to get one chair.
We needed some
Damn.
squishing. Also, what the fuck is with this shirt? Why does it have so many buttons?
Because it's a
Guess what?
squishy
That's not how
shirt.
you work together on anything. I worked for a
Got it
helicopter
from the thrift
company.
store.
Oh, God.
Now, to do anything at the helicopter company, obviously, I had to work with my management directly. I had to work with the shipping department in the back. I had to work and call outside facilities who repaired helicopter parts and work with them. But even then, like, I could usually get stuff done within a day or two.
Well, not
No, you
anymore.
didn't.
You're
No.
not.
No, you didn't, because that's why they gave you a laptop, because you were behind your work.
Indeed.
Especially if it was like a rush job for someone who needed something for a helicopter.
Which is
It
a
would
lot.
take a couple days, but I get it done. 4 months for a chair.
Phil, I don't even believe you get anything done anymore. Maybe
You get
back
nothing.
then, maybe, but now I believe you get jack shit done. What have you got done? Nothing.
Yeah, you can't even get Yakuza done in 2 months.
You get
Final Fantasy shelved.
And another
Dragon's
thing,
Dogma shelved.
and another thing, Phil,
Mhm.
doing what you did at the helicopter company is not the same thing as coordinating a chair with an animation department, sound department, everything, because they have to go draw the chair. That takes a while. They have to record the sounds. That takes a while. That takes
Mhm.
people and all that shit. It's a totally different field. He just doesn't understand how much work the people have to go through for
Yeah.
fucking simple tasks.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah, because he doesn't do his own editing, remember?
Yeah, he can't even
No, I don't.
edit.
I don't edit either, but at least it's not that hard. He's just an idiot.
No, you edited, sir.
It's not
Yeah.
hard for basic shit, like for what Phil
I'm-
needs it for.
I'm good
It's
at
not hard.
clipping. I'm not good at like putting something together.
Yeah.
No,
Phil,
I've
all
seen
Phil
your
needs to
work.
do is take out a lot of dead air, a lot of
I
dead stuff.
I get what I have to be motivated. Like, if
Yeah.
I could do it. I could do it,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm not one of those types of like Herculean effort. I have to have the idea. I'm like, I know what I want to make, and know how I want it to end. And then sometimes in the process, you're like, I could add this. I'm going to remove this, and then it becomes a cake or whatever. But DSP don't know the process. He don't care about this
No.
shit.
He doesn't do anything. That's why he's throwback things being ridiculed because they're stolen content.
Also, what does he talk about these people? They steal it, and then he just takes it and glory hounds it.
Mm-hmm.
Here,
Oh, look,
know
guys,
what
it's
I'm
so
saying?
popular.
Yeah, he's real popular. He's a real idiot.
Mm-hmm.
like that doesn't work.
Streaming is easier than editing, but here's the thing. A lot that I have to learn about Drax is timing. Like, he just bulks, puts it up on YouTube now. That's not going to cut it anymore.
No.
Phil, you can't just put up a fucking hour video. Like, what I put up a video. You saw it, right? D-Dog, the 40 seconds I put up from the Splatfest talking about Phil and the NDA Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keep it short, keep it stupid. Pirate Software, same thing. People want little tiny little bites so they can, when they're scrolling through the thing, they can hear it, get out to their next video, add on, or whatever, Like, that's what they want. They want that kind of shit. And you're over here going like, oh, I'm going to, Let's Plays and all that stuff. Nah. You want to know how things are going to do? Because I'll tell you, this is how DSP should do things. Well, me and G are doing it. You should have or your editing team, you used to have a person that used to give you little tidbits, but it was too long. You would edit it and then send it, and it would be too late. You need to be a little bit faster on the uptake.
Yep.
Like, if you're going to put a video out or these things, you need like hundreds of these things out a day. Not a day, but you need a library of small clips going out. Not even 5 to 10 minutes, like 60 minutes. Get them in, get them out. 15 seconds if you can, But DSP's stupid. He ain't going to do that. He's just going to, like, everyone wants things in, not portrait mode, but you're on a bus or you have a minute or any of that stuff. People are flipping through YouTube and they'll watch like a clip or something. You want to catch people off guard. Like, there are people still going through YouTube, searching things and all that stuff. Yeah, but you're not being discovered. No one's looking up Starfield episode 400 or whatever the fuck it was. Like, who the fuck is going to see Dragon's Dogma Part 3? No, if it was a good part or a thing that people like, they'll go to it.
But they want it quick and easy. They want it to be running down the battery of their phone. They don't want it to be a never-ending story that, what was it? There's other things in my life. I don't revolve it around DSP. What was it? I have to play catch up on all the TV shows I'm watching. I'm going to the movies again. We're watching movies. We're doing the filming, the watch parties and what have you. We can't be sitting there watching your crap.
Right. We're already thinking about what we're doing next, and you're not.
Exactly. Yeah. We're thinking ahead. He's not.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's just a problem with these AAA game devs. They've gotten too big. They've gotten too convoluted. They don't even have like a set work path of how to get anything done. So everyone's just confused.
Why don't you work on it and understand?
Phil, pick a lane. What was it? It's bloated. It's not enough content. It's too simple. It's not detailed enough. What was it?
Right.
Oh, it's got too much graphics. It's too jittery. There's no pleasing this guy.
No, not at all.
At all.
And the game sucks. Well, Bethesda, it's time to fix that. Seriously, like, if this is the case, and if they're now working on the next Elder Scrolls, and they got 500 people working on the next Elder Scrolls, they got to fucking stop. Really, they just have to stop with the bullshit. Enough
Why?
with the convoluted nonsense. And you know what I really
Why?
got to ask is,
Well, the game's over. Probably the turnaround rate for people like game's over. They probably had their pizza party and then they left.
Yeah, Shiloh, he's on the
Contract.
fence.
Yeah, he's on the fence. But he never gave. But he never gave
That's correct, Rash.
anything.
There are people who make good content. Yeah,
But
sorry.
he
go ahead.
never. He never gave anything to Bethesda. Like if I hear that and I go like, wow, Bethesda seems like they have a management issue. But I'm sure the people that are working there are the managers and all that stuff. They tried.
Yeah, but is he giving us a solution? No.
No.
You know, it's like I'm going to bring up Elon again, right? When he had the boring company, right? He's there going, oh, we're going to have the boring company. It's going to build a hyper train that's going to link these two cities together. And to the point where they asked him, okay, how's that done? No, that's not my job. That's the engineer's job. I'm just the ideas man. And that's what DSP is trying to be, the ideas man. You're not giving us any solution of how they're going to fix this. You're just
Right.
saying, I'll get it done. How? What? Is it going to be more manpower? Is it, what was it? Do they have to get better training? Does the software have to be better? Or do we need faster machines to render all this? How are we going to do this, Phil? How?
Exactly. How are we going to do this? And he has no solution to just go, do better.
Yeah. Well, you know what I say to that? Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
what happened to Todd Howard? Right? Because if you actually look
He's
at Todd
still there.
Howard, you hear he's done some.
Yes.
What happened to Todd Howard?
It's like, did he die? No, Todd Howard's still there. What the hell are you talking about,
He was
Phil?
the lead designer. He's the one that literally says, do this, do that. He's the
He's the man.
He's the man.
The guy in the jacket. Yeah, he's the guy in the jacket.
Also, can we also say the other thing? Maybe that guy wanted to do more stuff with Starfield, and maybe Todd Howard shot him down too.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible that some people's vision grows to an astronomical size sometimes, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
They're using
Don't you
things over
think
the
Phil
years.
Spencer will be going to Todd Howard and go, dude, I want it on this time, and it needs to be on this budget.
Starfield's a very expensive game.
Talking
Yeah.
about his history, and he's like, yeah, so for the original Elder Scrolls game we made, we had this many people, and then we were able to expand.
Also, Bethesda was a smaller company, not publishing their own games, and Skyrim brought them a lot of money.
Yeah. And guess what? Microsoft brought them a bunch of money too. That's how they were able to expand.
That too. Yeah, they bought them for like $6 billion, whoever they are. And Microsoft has, what are they, a $3 trillion company in theory?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
They're pretty
Something like
much one of the biggest companies in the world.
Apple and Microsoft, basically trillions of dollars.
Mhm.
When I mean trillions, I mean with an S, not in N.
For the next one. So he's the one manning the helm. Why is he?
He is literally the Miyamoto of that place. I mean, you know, you got to have him.
Yeah, but he's
running
making out
the
that
ship?
like Todd Howard's building the game. No, Todd Howard ain't building the game.
Into the shoals, right? What is this guy doing?
Managing a company.
It just drives me nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Phil's just mad it's not good enough that he didn't make his money.
Yeah.
Todd
It's like
Howard,
putting a
you
steering
didn't
wheel on
make-
your belt.
Todd Howard, your game wasn't good enough, and I made $4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he paid for the game either. He had it on
Nope.
Game Pass.
No, you
Yeah.
paid $30 for the upgrade to play it 3 days early.
Okay, he made
Well-
then he made his money then.
Yeah. And whose fault was that?
And
Was it? Mercedes already did the entire Dragon's Dogma campaign. I believe it. What's up, Bones?
I just don't get it.
Thanks for being a
AAA
member.
game is not what it used to be. You should know, oh man, Bethesda, whatever they pump out is going to be great. I can't wait for their next game. I don't even care what it is. Now it's like, oh, Bethesda.
And guess who's gonna play that next? Bethesda game and hype it up.
It's gonna be Phil.
Phil.
Phil, another run-of-the-mill, boring-ass playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Phil.
It's gonna take them forever to have a new game. When it comes out, it's probably gonna suck. It's gonna be way underperforming. It's gonna,
Yeah,
it might be good.
Yeah, just like a DSP playthrough, it's gonna suck and underperform.
Mm-hmm.
A Phil Bethesda playthrough. Fuck.
Is that what Kat says about Phil in the bedroom?
Not
He
Cat.
was talking and it underperformed.
No, Cat has her fucking headphones in, you know, her noise canceling, so she doesn't hear it all day, every day.
Oh, okay.
you know, it's not gonna live up to expectations. The ending, for the record, the ending of Starfield is atrociously bad. It was one of the worst contrived endings I've ever heard.
I almost want to see what the fuck he said about the ending of Starfield, like, you know, current Phil and past Phil, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking up that. Fuck, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Heard.
we've moved on
And
with
it's
our
a
lives.
cop-out because basically it makes everything you've done in the game up to that point meaningless. It's, in essence, if you don't play Starfield, you've had exactly the same experience.
Phil just indeed I would like to squish DSP's like a grape, but he's an idiot. No, DSP cannot keep up with modern streaming or modern anything. He is an absolute relic on everything he does. Everything, you know.
Well, Drax, it only took him 16 years to fix the microphone. He's got a list of things to do list.
Right, he is an absolute relic. Can you imagine? I want you to imagine, like, what we're doing. It would break his mind. It would break it. What?
Yeah, but
you can.
But even if I imagine that, I'm doing way more work than DSP is.
Right, like, we're problem solvers. We solve problems. We don't make problems like some people. DSP makes problems, and then we all solve them, and then he gets all mad when you solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's an idiot.
Experience as if you've played Starfield, and that's a bad thing. They're morons.
You're a moron.
Now, you can tell that ending wasn't tested with anyone because it's such a bad ending.
Of course, it was tested with someone.
It would have tested to make sure it worked. What was it? Why would they? What was it? They wouldn't have tested it to, like, every time they get a Harry. Does he not know how spoilers happen?
No, not at all. He has zero idea.
Yeah.
It makes you feel pissed off that you spent any time playing the game.
It's a game, Phil. I would live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, games that I can't remember right now had bad endings. A lot.
Yeah.
And
Movies
here he
have bad
is.
endings. TV series have bad endings.
Movies have bad endings. A lot of things have bad endings.
Yeah.
You
Life
can't-
has a bad ending sometimes.
Yeah.
You die. There you go.
Right.
Bad ending.
So it just kills me that, like, they have the system and they had the world in their hands.
They still do.
You know, at one point, and now they're just giving it away. Here, give all
Here.
the credit. You know, Larian
Here.
surpasses them. CD Projekt Red did surpass them, and then had a big floundering with Cyberpunk. But they're
No. Okay, Cyberpunk did release broken, but they did work on it. People really like it now. I don't want to say they get a pass, but they did fall under that. They did fall under it, but they did rectify their problems. This is what gaming is now. A game comes out, might not be what we live up to, but they will get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dragon's Dogma today is not that very good, but wait a little bit and it will get there. Probably when the first expansion comes out, it will get there.
probably going to get it back. If they come out with a good game now, where people are going to look to these other companies for their epic RPG experiences, and Bethesda's just going to be left in the dust. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're owned by Microsoft.
Anyway,
They'll be fine.
Continuing on, there's one other big story to cover. All right,
But he
and
didn't even
this one
finish
is
that. He
in
just moved
regards
on.
to.
All right, we're gonna go to the yes, indeed. We're gonna go on to the Aquatil version of that.
Yeah.
So we should ring the bell for their main event. I feel like I need like a musical interlude or something.
Oh, we will have a musical interlude.
I'm gonna use the rare. I'm gonna use rare.
Folks, if you have to go to the bathroom, this would be the good time to do it now.
Yeah,
If you got him.
I'm gonna use the rare Donkey Kong one. This one. fuck himself. There you go, guys. How's that? I'm gonna add that to the soundboard. That's our main event song. We
How
are
long is
here
this
at the
stupid video?
10 minutes.
Okay, I think I got time.
Oh, okay.
Kotaku. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kotaku is a website that covers game news.
Really? You don't say.
Or do they? Because they did at one point, and then in the last couple of years,
You know, DSP used to be a Let's Player that only streams games.
Yeah.
They used to just play games and beat them and then off to the next game.
Kotaku has flipped to become an incredibly ridiculous leftist-leaning journalistic site that really politicizes things in gaming.
That's like
and
gaming in
also
general.
literally says some of the dumbest takes ever in gaming just for clickbait. Like,
You know who says the dumbest takes in gaming?
DSP.
Yes. No one gives a fuck about what your opinions are. No, seriously, no one gives a fuck.
they'll have articles that are just so dumb that you're like, this is a joke. This is like the Onion writing this article.
You're
Like,
an
this is a
Onion.
parody of an article.
You're a
But then you
parody
look,
of
no,
a
it's
person.
actually real. It's really on their site. They actually published it as a story. You know,
They need to do
some
something
of
for
those
clicks,
ridiculous
Phil,
stuff ever.
every day.
And a lot of people will say, like, they'll try to make an issue out of something, and then literally everyone else on the planet will read the article and be like, that's not an issue. Why did they even publish this? It's a joke. So
You know what's funny? When he says that's not an issue, the one that I brought up was DoorDash was too expensive. That's what DSP politics was going to be. You know, like this dude. Just want to just point that out, guys. This dude. Fucking hell, Phil. Talking about issues.
So what's ended up happening is they went from being kind of a respected journalistic website to, for over the last 2 years or so, just the running joke of the internet. Like everyone says, oh, Kotaku again.
You know who's a running joke of the internet?
DSP.
Damn right.
Another fucking stupid, overly left-leaning article complaining about something, politicizing something.
Sounds like someone we know.
And you just know when you read their shit, it's exactly what it is. It's like a turd on a web page. Like there's no
Well, every time I click on a DSP video, it's like a turd as a video. Just awful.
reason to ever go there. Okay. So what ended up happening is they tanked. This last 2 years, all of their attention has gone away and everyone's just constantly making fun of them. So all their traffic on their site has tanked. They're not making as much money as they used to on ad revenue and things like that. Which they,
Because everyone moved on to YouTube and other content creators. No one really reads web pages anymore. Like, do people really surf the web like they did years ago and read? It's very bite-sized if you think about it, D-Dog, wouldn't you think?
I think so, but that's why they, you had all those buzz feeds like, what was it? 10 things that look like a cat, or what was it? How games it's, basically it's literally Mojo Jojo content. Not Mojo Jojo. Sorry, I saw that because Mojo typed something in chat. Hi, Mojo. Yeah, it's a turd that just won't flush. What was it? What's that streaming company?
Which?
Mojo
Streaming
content?
company?
Oh no.
Yeah, the one that's
Oh, you're talking about Watch Mojo.
Watch Mojo. There we go. That's the one. It's pretty much all that nowadays.
Right. Very bite-sized, very get in, get out. I mean,
Yeah.
Twitter
Yeah,
and all that
clickbaity.
stuff. Like, no one wants to. I'm sure there's some people like, I'll read, articles and stuff, but they'll link to an article. It's very just like Kotaku.
Mhm.
People don't want to read their shit because they have an agenda and a lot of it's stupid. And they're like, well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But they have to do it because they need clicks to,
That's
their
how
site.
they get the revenue. Yeah, because they need the advertising dollars. That's how they get paid. apparently, they all can't use somebody shilling, what's it called, a crowdfunding basis to run all their businesses.
Right. And he's over here going like, oh, Kotaku, like, yeah. I mean, I used to go to GameSpot every other day to see what articles or the things I picked up. Not
I sit there
anymore.
and I watch trailers and I put it in my calendar so I know when the movies and TV shows are coming out and games and stuff.
Right.
But I don't have a schedule of like, hey guys, we're gonna go through the schedule now. Come on, guys.
I think people consume media by audio and video more now than ever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's all about the whole audio video now. Like, people wouldn't have their internet in the background while they're doing something else.
Exactly.
And to be fair, no, not fair. Writing articles and editing it and all that stuff is way harder.
Yeah. Scripting and all the rest of it is a thing. That's why the TV shows got rid of the remember there was like a whole lot of reality TV shows and hardly any actual content shows? But people gave up on that stuff because they found it boring.
Like, I mean, am I saying that the internet is still not full of words and you can read articles and things and all that stuff? Oh, there's plenty out there. Oh, plenty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But not like it used to be. What, when when desktops ruled the world, and people like desktops still rule the world, but you know what I mean.
They need to survive. So here's what happened. Okay, the management, meaning the people who own Kotaku, came down on them this week and said, what you're doing isn't working. Everyone hates you. You've got to now become.
What you're doing isn't working. Everyone hates you.
Sounds like a
I
certain
used to like
someone
that
we
when I
know.
worked at a what's we call it? When I worked at retail. They used to fire us up by saying, what you're doing is not working and everybody hates you. All right, go off there and sell some products.
Also, I've been saying the same thing to DSP. What you're doing ain't working and everyone hates you, but literally everyone hates you. But I don't think everyone hates Kotaku. It's just the people
So that's your fault? That's why Kotaku's getting the bat. It's all your fault, Raven? You started this?
I started this, yeah. I mean, I don't like Kotaku. I don't want to say like everyone hates them because they're still around, but so are you. So there you go, Phil. Idiot.
Become a gaming website again. So starting this week, you have to pump out 50 game guides. Yes, they actually made.
You looked that up. And I found it too. That they wanted to move away from the woke articles to game guides.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and it's like, that's impossible.
But
no
like
matter
I said,
who you are.
A game guide could be anything. But if DSP had to do a game guide, hype game up, buy game, play game, hate game, uninstall game, blame viewers.
So
there's this game guide.
Kotaku is the AV Club Gizmondo. Okay. Wow, Gizmondo really changed, and
it's pronounced Gizmodo.
Wow, yeah. Oh, it's Gizmodo. Sorry, I was thinking about a failed. Okay. I was thinking about a failed handheld. Some car culture site. The hell is Quartz? Some bullshit. A lot of their sites look the same.
Yeah, but like I said, you have to. The news nowadays, especially in the gaming industry, has to be in a nanosecond. It has to be a thing. And like, what was it? Like I said with that, the story about the baseball player, because they're getting the information out quick as thing, because they're going to beat the other people to do it. It's not being fact checked. So that's why they're playing it safe by saying, "Well, we're going to do guides now," because the the reporting has to be quick and precise, or else you get sued for slander and all the rest of it. And that's why some companies have gone belly up. G4's gone. Now Rooster Teeth's gone. It's what was it? The DSP so-called news. His news is like a day late. This is stuff that we already know, and we actually know the facts to the point where his chat has to correct him all the time because he's getting the facts wrong.
Yeah, but that's what happens when he just goes by Twitter.
Mm-hmm. But
And
just
also-
the headlines.
And also, newsman, DSP, you're supposed to check this stuff, read it, understand it, and then do that. You're over here being like, oh my God, Kotaku. And it's like, yeah, they're in a media place, digital. Well, I was going to say magazine. They're not a magazine, but like in the same thing. Like people are not reading it. People would rather watch a edited TikTok or an edited video or edit something that gets what they want quick.
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
Yeah, I'd rather watch a 3-minute video than fucking read a fucking 100-word article.
Right.
Made an edict. You have to make 50 game guides in 1 week and have those on your site to drive traffic to the site that's related.
A lot of times, if I have a problem, all I have to do is type in YouTube and someone has the problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
To actual games. Because what you're doing
So,
isn't work,
hang on.
it's not game
Can you pause
related,
for
it's
tick?
trash. And
Absolutely.
All right. So he's saying there's the 50 game guides have to be on the website, right?
Mhm.
For a week. Okay. So, but the way he made it out, it was like each individual reporter had to do 50 game guides.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not 50, each individual reporter doing 50 game guides. Because that'd be another thing. If there was like more than, say, even 20 game guides, are you going to go to a website that's got just heaps of stuff? It's like heaps of game guides. It's like, dude, no. That's why we have a thing called a search engine.
Right.
And also 50 game guides a week. There's not even been coming out 50. What was it? How many games did we get from February? We got
Not 50.
what was it? The Final Fantasy VII, the Suicide Squad, what was it? I can barely remember 50 games.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, it's arbitrary. They're just saying it's a guideline, Phil. It's not fact. It's not law. It's not.
Also,
it's not religion.
Also, looking over Kotaku, the website, I know it's not on the screen, but I'm not gonna show Kotaku. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck them.
Are they paying you?
No, they're not paying me, so they can go fuck
But
themselves.
don't bother then. Yeah. Why worry?
So it's a lot of news jargon bullshit. Like Final Fantasy DLC gets a release date, or Final Fantasy 16. It's like how to steal the Turnberry crown in Final Fantasy Rebirth. FF7 Rebirth, best material for buffing your party. Like, the fuck is this website? Convoluted as hell. And then you have reviews and shit, like Rising of Ronin has got a review, Dragon's Dogma got a review. See, they even beat Dragon's Dogma before you.
Mhm.
Skull
But
and
that's
Bones.
called. But the other stuff is called filler.
Oh, that's
It's
very
like
much filler.
like when you're watching a TV series, and the got like a plot line, and all of a sudden they'll go do a side quest for no apparent reason, and you think to yourself, why was this in the series? It's called filler. They're running the pad time. That's what Phil does. He runs the pad time. It's like, do we really need this in the Level 1 podcast? No.
No.
He's just running the pad time, because you know how he's running the pad time? Okay, guys. Well, we've done the shout outs. Let's have some Q&A now.
Oh yeah, that is definitely filler right there.
Yeah. Hey, here's an idea, Phil. How about calling that's the end of the podcast and go and play a freaking game?
Nah, we can't do that on a gaming channel. God forbid.
People to actually come to the site now. Immediately, the head editor, what's her name?
Jen.
Great reporting
Kotaku
there, Phil.
Editor-in-Chief Jen Glennon resigned immediately, saying, "Oh, I don't like this management team's new strategy." Okay? Now, there's basically two different schools of thought on this. Some people are basically saying that this is awful, and here's why.
Maybe she got a better job somewhere else. You know, I thought of that. You know how some people quit like that? I know. She probably didn't like that, but she probably could just coast, you know?
Or she
But he's an
probably had
idiot.
enough nest egg set aside to
Or,
look
yeah,
for
she
another
probably,
job.
she probably
Jump
like
to another ship.
frustrated.
Yeah.
She's probably frustrated with these motherfuckers and said, well, you know, people don't just quit. They've been probably thinking about this for a while.
Here's one take. This is from a Nathan Grayson. He says, Geo Media, that's the name of the company that owns Kotaku, is effectively forcing Kotaku to pivot away from news. Lie, they weren't covering news, and demanding that its staff of 7 writers will now churn out an impossible number of guides per week. That's not what writers signed up for, and not why people visit Kotaku in the first place. This is straight up stupid and cruel. Okay?
You're stupid and cruel.
And here's what one of the employees actually said on Twitter. You know what? Fuck it. Here's a small cup of tea. Management here doesn't even care about the quality of the guides we make. They want us to aggregate them from other sites like a literal content mill, and went on to basically said, we're just going to use AI to do it. We're not even going to do it ourselves. We're not going to work. We're going to go to AI and we're going to tell AI, make an aggregate review, and we're just going to put it on the site. So literally, an employee at Kotaku posted on Twitter saying, I'm just going to plagiarize. And they said this publicly.
Where did they say that?
Yeah. When did they say that? They said they're gonna use AI to help with the thing. They didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to plagiarize from other sites."
Where did they say that, D-Dog?
Nowhere, but DSP, how do you think that people get the news? Sometimes they report themselves or they get it from the source, or sometimes they get it from another article and then put their own spin on it, like apparently you're doing right now with your DSP and news.
See, this is why you shouldn't spread bullshit like this, because it's like, is that what they said?
Mm-hmm. But, you
Not
know,
what they
but what was it? What would he know? Because he's plagiarizing right now, isn't he?
He's an idiot.
I want you to think about this. This is supposed to be a major...
I'm sorry, we lost the ambient sound and the noise, but that aggressive noise gate gets to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like his throat clears is like half a throat clear.
Yeah, but that aggressive, the aggressiveness of that noise gate, it's so annoying.
journalistic website that people go to for game news and trust them for true.
What up, Harry Otter?
Outright admitting,
What
I'm
up,
just going
Potter
to plagiarize
Harry?
my work from here on out.
Are you just making up shit? Are you just making up shit? Like, where does it
Yep,
say?
and plagiarizing it.
Where the fuck did they say they're doing that? So you can make it so you can sound good?
They publicly said it.
Or are you just
Where?
assuming that they're saying it?
If it's publicly said, where is it? Where did they say that?
Mm-hmm. Why report news when you could just make the news up? Isn't it more exciting?
Indeed.
Whatever,
old man.
Anyway, I get the feeling this is it. I really believe what's happened is, here's the deal. At one point, Kotaku was a legit website about games. It was. I remember years ago, there were some good articles over there, but every once in a while, you get the oddball article that was definitely weird and political and leftist leaning. And you'd kind of like, all right, it's one every 20. So, all right, we'll let it pass or whatever. But then all of a sudden,
The whole gaming journalists seem like they move hard left, yes. But not every.
they changed for the worse and became just a 100% schlock site. And as they became more and more schlocky, people just made them the running joke.
Phil, did you read Kotaku? Did you go there?
No. Like I said, why let truth get in the way of a good story?
I mean, Jason Schreier is probably the last person that actually gave a fuck, you know? Jen probably tried, but, you know, it seems like a site that's more dictated by the people at the top than the people that are working there, you know?
Of games.
Hey, Harrietta.
Oh well, it's Kotaku's take. You know, here we go again, right? I don't know how they thought they were going to survive doing this. I almost feel like they thought they were like the rebels of gaming journalism, but they never bothered to ask if anyone wanted that content. And the answer is no one does. Like literally, even leftist leaning.
Yeah, it's like some guy who
don't want
streams in a really shitty shirt with crappy pictures behind him and a game over sign.
Yeah,
Nobody asked for this.
No one asked for any of this.
read Kotaku articles. You know what I mean? Like, no one's looking for this baity content. That's really what it is. It's always baiting a reaction.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Pot beat kettle. Kettle beat pot. Urban.
He's really just stupid.
Baiting some kind of a, you know.
Isn't that a lot of articles baiting people to click on it? And it's not, you know, you're not going to believe what happens in this game.
Like Fox News. If you don't watch this report, you might kill your family.
Right.
Everything's always baity.
I mean, DSP definitely clicked base when he said, I got a new wig, or I got a big announcement of something, and it falls on deaf ears. And then we're over here.
I can even give you a new thing. Sony was baity with the new Ghostbusters movie. It made you feel that one of the major characters was going to die in the teaser trailer. I know, but I'm not going to go any further. But
all right.
But yeah, but
Blue
once
Summer.
you go watch the movie, it's just like, what? Hey, what? And that's all I'm going to say.
Exactly.
So that they can get some more attention and hopefully bring some more clicks, some more ad revenue to their site. And I don't know how long they thought they were going to last doing that.
Well, yeah, it's not going to last forever.
Now?
Being an idiot.
Doing? Yeah, was he fully? You know, what was it to the point where it's like he's getting really loud. Really getting louder because he
exactly.
Sit still and do your freaking report, dude.
And I just find it hilarious that like the editor like immediately quits when told you got to do gaming content now. It's like
that's not what happened.
Are you sure that's the full story? Because you got to get the full story. Like, she could have had a hard time at Kotaku for a while before this situation happened.
You probably worked in a place where you're like, man, this is getting a little too much. I'm out.
Yeah, remember I told you the woman at Sega? Remember she went to the toilet and never came back?
Yeah, but that was like day one. Like, she was at the top. She probably just went. She probably's like, I can't fix this. I'm out.
She went to the toilet, never came back.
I mean, she probably was like with her husband and all that stuff. Like, you don't need this shit, honey. Let's go. Let's go to Cancun.
The old journalistic integrity. No. It's a gaming website. It always was. That's the inception of the site.
Hang on.
It was going to be
hang on, pause. So, because they're a gaming website, it's not journalism?
I have no idea. He's so crazy.
What was it? But they weren't creating games. They were reporting on it. So they were being journalists.
Right.
Oh, for frack's sake, Phil.
I know. DSP doesn't do his due diligence ever.
Dude, I've got 15 monitors right now, and I don't know which one to punch.
How about none of them? Just pat the bunny.
Okay, I'll pat the bunny. Where's Kiki? I need to pat that bunny.
Yeah.
Website. So if you took a job at a gaming website and you refused to actually write articles about the games out there, but instead...
But they do write stuff about the games.
What up, good lad? How's it going?
So bad. What's up, good lad?
All you did was make political schlock and no one likes it. How did you think this was going to proceed? Like, did you not understand that there's like cause and effect in life? Like, you don't make content people want. People move away from your site. It's not making money anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, How did you think you would continue to your employment? You have to make money to get paid. And it's like they don't understand.
Yeah, but Kotaku doesn't rattle the can and go, "You like Kotaku, right? You like what we do, right? You love what we do, right? I need you to click on these fucking articles or we go away, right? Guys, views are down." I don't see Kotaku going, "Guys, our site views are down."
And how business works. Maybe it's true. Maybe the people who write for Kotaku are these idiotic morons who went
Oh
to these
my
fucking
God.
stupid universities, you know, where they just
Of
get
course.
You want to go? You want to tackle this?
No, because like
Okay, I got this then.
the only thing I'm gonna say, he is just assuming that everyone that works at Kotaku is an idiot, pretty much.
Or that Family Guy thing where you work at the New York Times. They're like, "Where are the toilets? Oh, no one has an anus here."
Yeah, because they're so perfect.
Right. Where are the toilets? Oh, no one has an anus here at the New York Times. Like, does he think it's like that Twitter thing where they have wine on tap and they literally don't do any work? It's just extremely privileged daycare. Is that what it is, Phil? Are you mad you don't go to extremely privileged daycare and make whatever your job is? Where they do a little bit of work, they don't show you the work. They show you like, "Oh, we had a party on top of the roof, and and then we did this stupid thing, and thanks guys."
I, bare minimum, probably got C's and D's in their fucking classes, but still passed, and their rich mommies and daddies paid their way through the college, and now they think just because they have a degree, they're entitled to a job, so they think they're just going to jump into some fucking...
There's a lot to unpack here. Holy shit.
So Phil should know this. If you go to community college, if you get a D in your class, you pretty much failed that class. They only accept C's or higher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how it is in my community college. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's standard.
That makes sense.
Like, if you just drop out or just stop showing up to class, they won't give you an F most of the time. The professor will just give you D. That still counts as a fail.
So it's a lot higher.
Yeah, it's higher than high school. So Phil's just talking out of his ass again.
But also
Of
high
course he is.
school. Also, high school and those schools are those are forced. Well, high school you can. Well, if you do, that's bad. But you know what I mean. Like they can set the rules.
Okay.
You can set the rules a little higher.
Mhm.
Because you have to pay tuition and all that stuff. Community colleges are different because that's like what, paid by the community mostly.
So how community college gets paid is the more students pass, the more funding they get.
Mhm.
Oh, so they have an incentive to make people get C's. That makes sense.
Yeah, because it's funded by taxpayer dollars.
Right.
And you also, because the teachers get paid. I don't know. I could be talking out of my ass, but like the incentive is like, what's the point of having this class if no one's passing it? You know.
Right. So crazy. But yeah, I agree with that. But he's over here literally putting words in their mouths. It's like, you don't know these people. You don't know who Jen is. You don't know their background. You don't know any of these people. They might have been raised by single parents. You don't fucking know. Like, he projects like all these people live like these hoity-toity lifestyles. And it's like, not everyone, Phil. Not everyone. Like, they're probably making like 50 grand a year, and it's not high off the hog, homie.
and cushy job where they could just fuck around and do whatever they want.
But they're not fucking around. They're making articles and shit.
Yeah, they're trying to put food on the table, dumbass.
They're not taking 4 years to fucking finish Baldur's Gate. And Like a Dragon, I know people are like, it's not 4 years, but it feels that way.
But what was it? Apparently, what was it? Their business model's all wrong. You know what they need to do, don't you? They need to beg their viewers to pay for their stuff. That's the business
you're
model.
right.
What was it? Was it shillings for dweebs? It has to be crowdfunded all the way. It's the only way to do it.
And not actually do any work, and somehow magically for the rest of their life, money's just going to keep falling into their laps. That's not how.
Is that how you think it's going to happen, Phil? Keep playing games slowly and money's going to keep falling into your lap?
Hang on, let me go outside. I think it might be raining money, so let it fall in my lap.
Fuck, I wish it was raining money. I could use some of that. That sounds amazing.
How life works. I hate to say it, that seems like modern America seems to think that. That's not how life works. Okay?
Ooh, modern
A lot of
America.
times in life, you got to bust your ass. You actually have to work hard.
Listen, sack it.
Wow.
Oh, he was serious. Let me laugh some harder.
Well, I was going to say something, but you guys keep laughing. Oh, you were serious? Let me laugh harder. Yeah. Listen, sack of shit. Some of us work very hard for nothing. You got lucky in streaming that you literally had 75 people waiting for your late stream. 75 fucking people waiting for your bullshit late stream. You're like, oh, I worked your ass. I know I keep harping on it. I know I keep pounding the drum. How long is it taking you to beat Baldur's Gate and Like a Dragon?
Well, technically, he hasn't finished them yet, so you're being premature there. It might be still weeks to come.
You're literally playing 2 games. I mean, that's not a problem. I'm not looking at it as the problem, but you're not getting anything done. Literally getting nothing done. Legit nothing done. Just saying. And he talks about, oh, people have to bust their ass. Yeah, you know what? People that bust their ass, they get like $2 sometimes, Phil. They don't get paid good money. The actual workers get shafted a lot, you know? People that actually do good work, like TBS and the rest of them, and Atlas, they get rewarded. The people that actually put in good work, some people don't get rewarded at all. There's a lot of streamers out there busting their ass 12 hours a day trying to make content, and they only make $1 if lucky. So you can go fuck yourself in your golden tower that's behind the gate.
You actually have to do things you don't like to earn a living. I know because I did.
Phil, you haven't done that in like 12 years. But that's adulting. You're gonna do things you don't like. You're just gonna do things. It is what it is.
For most of my life until I became a YouTuber, and now I got lucky enough to do what I love for a job. But the rest,
You don't love this. You don't
Not
love
a job.
this. It's not a job. It's a fuck around position that you come here and beg for money. You're basically a goat. No, not a goat. You're basically a bum in a house.
That's what he is a bub.
You're a bum.
of everyone else has to bust their fucking asses.
Yeah, Phil, a lot of us have to bust our fucking asses trying to make something happen, anything, God forbid. And you're lucky that you get to order DoorDash and make your wife fat. You're lucky that you get to be here, throw NPCs off the fucking cliff. You're lucky that people show up to your streams because they're dirt fucking bad. You're bad, you look bad, and your commentary is fucking dog shit. And you want to sit here and talk about Kotaku? Yeah, Kotaku sucks, and everyone hates them just like you. But that's the thing. You think Kotaku does it or is tone deaf? I'm sure they think that they were bell of the ball once. But let's see what happens. Kotaku, just like GameSpot and the rest of print media, not print media, but like website going, their viewership went down because You know, people moved on to TikTok. They moved on to, YouTube. They moved on to other things, other stuff. People consume most of their media through their iPhones, through their cell phones, through their Androids, through their tablets. People don't sit on computers and fucking go through websites anymore. Just like how people don't sit here and consume what you do on a daily. Remember back in the day, 12 years ago, you supposed to video, people consume that shit like it was nothing. Now they don't consume it at all because you're a dinosaur. Oh, you want to go, G, or someone? I thought you were going to say something.
No.
No, you pretty much said it.
I guess these people just grew up, pampered, probably spoiled. And now, I'm the lead editor. I'm angry now because we have to make game content again. Well, then fuck yourself.
I don't think that's what happened.
No.
Good job. Good luck getting another job.
Oh.
Hey, Phil, can you have 4 games done on my desk by next week? Oh, you can't? Fuck you. See, I can do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Phil, can you get Princess Peach Showtime done by Wednesday? You can't? Why? It ain't gonna make $100? What?
Because no one in any journal in integrity is something in journalism. And if you don't want to have any integrity and you're putting out junk after junk after junk, who's gonna hire you again? Right? I certainly hope that maybe you're gonna go work at a florist or go work at a restaurant.
You go work in a florist.
Yeah, how's that sandwich shop going there, Phil?
Serving tables or something.
Serving
no
tables.
one's gonna want you in the journalistic world again after this job. The way that
People don't want you now. I mean, Kotaku's a site. It's not a person. He does know this, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think he does, because he's not that intelligent.
It's a team of people, and I don't need to go to Kotaku.
Isn't it Domo Kotaku?
Yeah, Dama, Mr. Kotaku, Dama.
Domo.
you've behaved. And these people, can you imagine making that tweet on Twitter? I'm so upset that they want us to make these guides. I'm literally going to use AI and just admitting publicly you're going to plagiarize your work from now on.
Idiot.
That's the people who work there. You know what I mean? Like,
This guy.
I know.
wow. But anyway, Kotaku's falling apart at the seams. And
No, it seems quite fine, actually. It's not like they put drama on their site, It's just she resigned and that's it. She just couldn't take it.
to say that most of the internet isn't happy about it would be a gross misstatement. People are basically going
You're
crazy
gross.
about how
Are
happy
they?
about this. Now, here's the thing. I'm not happy about people losing their jobs.
Yes,
No
you
one
are.
lost their job. She resigned.
Yeah, he's always happy when, what was it? When Rooster Teeth thing closed up. Oh, I survived them.
He can't
And,
wait
and,
for-
and he constantly says these game developers should be fired, blah blah blah.
Yeah, so sorry.
I have a headache. I'm sorry.
So yeah. Jen Glennon, who says some personal news. I've resigned from Kotaku, and Jim Spenfeller is a herb. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, I was listening to a podcast that went over this. It's a old-fashioned insult.
Herb.
It's like I don't. It's already. Don't even ask.
The only herb I know is from WKRP in Cincinnati, and he's a bit of a dick. Is that who they're talking about?
Only Herb I know
Alright.
is Larry Herb.
So I firmly believe that the decision to invert Kotaku's editorial strategy to deprioritize or deprioritize news in favor of guides and fundamentally misguided given the current infrastructure of the site. This decision is directly contradicted by months of traffic data and shows an astonishing disregard for the livelihood of the remaining writers and editors who work there. But yeah, the company is not the company that used to be. Like, duh, you know.
Yeah, like they went from having decent game news, then having politically correct bullshit, then having a PS5 review with um COVID shit in the same review. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wonder why people are not taking you seriously. And their numbers
Right,
are showing
so-
it.
Yeah, they had 717,000 unique visitors. Yeah, Deadspin, Kotaku, Gizmodo, they're all suffering. 14 staffers got laid off, so yeah, they're suffering. When was this? June 4th, 2020.
I wish
That's an
that
old article. Sorry,
what
this
could
is
have
out of
happened-
date.
Mhm.
Sorry about that.
there would have been
No, that's
more
right.
of a level-headed discussion about this. It sounds like there was just a giant edict, and it was change now.
Or maybe some people wanted to do more. They're like, hey, these articles are diversive. Let's do some game guides and stop doing editorials that pisses people off. Because remember, you want to know something that probably driven people away from their site? Didn't they publish some about Sweet Baby and say that gamers are the problem or some shit?
Yeah, they took Sweet Baby's side and so forth, and that backfired majorly.
Yeah, didn't they say like Sweet Baby is not causing all this bullshit?
Yeah, it's not the problem. It's radical people like that guy in Brazil that was pointing them out, and we should need to attack them.
Right, and yeah, I don't know, when you make articles like that, when instead of going with the flow, if I had a website, I'm not going to go like, oh, Sweet Baby did this. I'm like, no, Sweet Baby's the fucking not the devil, but they're not. Their games suck. At the end of the day, they don't make good games. Whoever they consult on, their games suck.
But like I said, what was it? They're trying to bring it out quickly without actually fact checking.
Right. It's not, and I'm talking mechanically, stories, and everything else. Like people are like, oh, it sucks because of the stories. Like, no, all of it sucks all around. Every game they touch just suck.
You're being forced to tough shit, and if you don't like it, quit. And that's exactly what the lead editor did, right?
She was
But
frustrated.
My question is, and you always got to ask these questions. How did it get that far, right?
The company changed hands 4 times,
Yeah, I completely
New
forgot
manage-
about that. Holy shit.
or a lot of times.
Yeah, I know they
Remember
changed
Kotaku-
hands multiple times. I just don't know exact number.
You guys forget that at one time IGN owned Kotaku,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was bought out. Same thing for with Giant Bomb and GameSpot and everyone else. They were under CBS Interactive, and then they got bought out by someone else, and they got bought out by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those people sold the company, shaked hands, and then they're like, okay, these new people are like, okay, I think your company should be like this now. Like, what? And then those people get bought out, and they're like, okay, I think Kotaku should be like this now. You're like, what?
How did it get to that
And Jason Schreier and the rest of those people that used to helm the ship are gone. Kotaku is just a skeleton walking.
point where the site was allowed to go that far off the rails? It was supposed to be games journalism, and instead it became
Brush
political.
your hair, Phil.
How did you let
Mhm.
the site do that?
It got
Who was
changed hands
running
4
the ship?
times.
Who was running it, and who took this long to tell them that this was the wrong thing to do? Because it wasn't like, oh, there's
They didn't think that was the wrong thing to do. Oh my god, that's a perfect image right there. Holy shit. This is what Cat wakes up to every day.
Mm-hmm. Thank you
That.
very much. Oh baby, oh baby. Do I look like Elvis right now? Oh baby.
Oh bloody, I see my temperature rising. Dun, 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 dun.
one or two articles. It was like every piece of junk they put out was like this for about 2 years. So who made that decision? Who let them do that? That's someone's problem, right?
You're a problem.
And then to just say, well, the people who work here, right? The 7 full-time writers. I think they have some.
All right.
part-time
So you
people,
know how he
7
looked up
full-time
to
writers.
the right,
The
the
corner
left
demon?
there? No, the corner demon, but that's him going into bullshit mode. That's his tell there
Oh,
he's
yeah.
lying.
Now you just have to change everything you do to something you don't want to do. You know, that's shitty. I've been there. I was at a job where I was hired to do one thing, and within a year they decided they didn't
Did
want
it take you 4 years to get it done?
that to
No.
exist anymore. So they tried to get me to do something else instead, and I didn't want to do it, and I fought against it. And then eventually they got rid of me. You know.
They wanted me to do something. I said no. I fought against it, and then they got rid of him. Hey, wait. You're employed to do a job. That part of the job became obsolete, so they gave you another job to do, but you didn't want to do that job, and you fought against it, and they got rid of you.
Yeah. Instead of laying you off, they gave you an opportunity to move within the company.
Yes.
A lot of
Also-
people don't have that opportunity.
Also, the other thing is she was the lead editor of Kotaku. She ran the whole thing. She was the lead of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
She got tired of her bosses. Like, she had to tell the team, okay, team, we're doing this today.
Mm-hmm.
And then what she was hearing was like, this is bullshit. I'm out. Like, like the culture.
Yeah, she
and
left. She left on her own terms. But if it was DSP, he would have just fought it and said, "No, I'm not doing it," and then they got rid of him.
Right.
So
That's
she
fucked
can
up.
hang her head high. So how does that could be his thing? You got fired, Phil. That's disgraceful. She quit with her dignity. So how is it the same as your story?
Right. This happens, well, not as like DSP likes to dance on people's graves, so here we are.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you're making some of the most toxic content on the internet, and you think you just get away.
It's not even toxic. They just said they did an article that no one agreed with.
Does he have like a Rolodex of buzzwords that he only knows?
Yes.
Toxic, troll,
Variety.
detractors, meaningful, robust, content.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm gonna try DOS him for variety.
Mm-hmm.
With it. And again, you're not really working, you're just fucking around. I mean, how long did you think that was going to last? I don't get it. I just
Is he? Am I crazy,
So
or
funny.
does it sound? Is he trying to blow this thing more than what it is?
Oh yeah, he's blowing it all right.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Like, if he's-
blowjob. That's what he's
like-
doing. He's blowing it like a blowjob.
He made it sound like Kotaku's burning to the fucking ground, and that company's gonna sell it off or something, and it's a buy one get one free sale or some shit. Like, the fuck are you going on about?
Mm-hmm. Mojo,
They
you should
literally-
trademark that. Buzzword Burnell. Trademark. TM on the end of it.
Yeah, that's my new channel. Now I'm starting Buzzword Burnell.
Yeah,
Coming soon.
trademark. Mm-hmm.
but they're a top gaming news site. No, they're not. They weren't even making gaming news. They weren't making gaming news.
They're bigger than you.
They were. They had, what was it, when they had the resources and the actual reporters and all the rest of it, they were, but they already knew the writing was on the wall. Like I said, one of them's already left. He's working for SkillUp
Yeah.
because they already saw the writing was on the wall.
Then you had that Jason Schreier guy went to Bloomberg.
Yeah,
Yeah, he Bloomberged himself out of here.
yeah. But,
Content.
you know,
Always politicizing their shit for clickbait. It was stupid as shit.
says a
Yeah.
certain person.
Game over, everyone. Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah, and
We're
this
gonna-
is game over for me. So on my side, thank you guys for
game
coming.
over. Fuck him. Get fucked. We're just gonna end it here.